Sorry about that. No audio. Thank you. I have an audio interface. I have to turn the power button on. And I forgot about it because I was late to the stream. So, alright. I got 3 back-to-back unskippable ads on my stream. My stream! Alright. So, today we're going to get level 10 Lasso. Probably going to be playing around with it a little bit. Messing around, trying some different team setups. And then after that, I had no clue. But actually, I can finally do this. It's so peak! It's so peak! Cluckmo, Cluckmo, Cluckmo. Cluckmo. Look at that, chat. Hey! There's technically a setup that you could do that gives you more threat. I can't be bothered, dog. I'm not gonna lie. Buy the YouTube Premium. Now give me those last 300. Trust me, if I could gift them to you, I would. If I could just gift shards to people, my mods would be getting so much extra stuff. Y'all would be maxed out all your gold characters, basically. And you'd probably have enough extra legendary shards. But yeah, but, nah, I don't really, I don't know. Like, I feel like YouTube Premium is logically, it makes sense. I just can't be bothered. After invasions, I'm joining your league. I'm gonna do that. I saw the boys some. Jenny was a friend of mine. That's a killer song. Alright, I think we shall just get moving, because I think most of the stream is just going to be me testing Lasso.
Ready to reach orbit?
Look, I should be a little bit further. I have thrown away a couple pips just doing incredibly stupid things. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just gotta mess around at this point. It's like, I'm gonna get to Heroic 7 anyway. I did the math a while ago. Alright, so who should we use, chat? Who do we feel like using? I'm actually gonna go sim my XP stuff. But, who are we using? Who do you guys want to use? Because I kind of just I leave it up to chat to decide what we're doing. Because, again, I could use my 8 strongest teams, but, like, that's no fun. What's the point in getting a decked out roster if we're not going to do stupid things with it, right? So, what do we feel like using, boys? What do we feel like using? I don't quite know. Ooh, actually. Hold up. I'm just waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for suggestions in chat. Is either the chat's not moving, or honestly, I don't know. Oh, nobody knows. Great. Oh, great. All right. What if? All right. So, Girl of Steel has the stun thing. I could. Let's see. I couldn't use Justice League Cyborg, but I don't really want to combo interrupt. We have to actually get to the level 10 Lasso first, and I think we'll achieve that once I beat Superman. But
I'm liking my chances.
Until we get there, say his name and he appears. What's up, Luca? I believe in Froggy. Indeed, indeed. Alright, what are we going to do here? We are going to... Beta Club. He doesn't have a damage multiplier. That's the problem. Actually, I guess we could... Yo, look at how tough bro is, though. Look at how tough he is, chat. Look. Look. He's so peak. He's so peak. Yes, Primal Swamp Thing is the next character I'm ascended. Forget Vixen, forget Justice League Flash. We are ascending Primal Swamp Thing. Dodgeball used a Primal Swamp. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't upload anymore. So like really, like, what's up, AJ? Yeah, I haven't been uploading a lot just because I don't feel like there's a lot to really talk about. It's just like we're all just farming the solo raid. It's not all that interesting. Let's see. So many options, but what to really do? What to really do? You know what? I clown on Harley a lot, but I'm feeling... I don't really play her much, and as much as I hate on Harley, specifically, I don't like Heartbreaker Harley because I feel she's stupidly overpowered. Way more overpowered than she should be. If you think this is not interesting, then what will happen during the invasion break? Don't worry. I have ideas. You're gonna learn why I'm in a different league from everyone else. We'll see. We have stuff. I mean, I've actually, like, I don't know, I've been feeling kind of burnt out on the game as a whole, just because, like, you get to a point where you just don't know what to do anymore, and it's like, you run out of things to do. I mean the Flash raid, that's right. I was testing things in the Judgment one. No, the Robin King one. So, we're just gonna run the full League of Anarchy team, and I'm gonna use Crown, because I'm feeling a little old school today. We could run a Dark Metal cards, but I think Crown's more fun. Alright. Can I see a Robin King build? Well, he doesn't really need to be built. That I don't even use the guy anymore. Gooning to Internet Hobos. What's up, Devo? Ooh, I wanted to do an artifact tier list, but I didn't know who was going to be on stream today, and I didn't know... Like, I didn't feel qualified enough to do it on my own. Because I haven't played with everything yet. Also, a lot of gaming events this week as well. I'm kind of casual when it comes to gaming. Like, I'm not... Like, I don't know all this stuff about everything. The more I test Phantom Zone Projector, the more I hate it. This will be my last time using it. Edgy, I'm way more qualified. Blood's just saying that because he's got a bunch of extra artifacts from when the bundles were glitched. I'm just gonna, like, stun lock her here in the corner. I know I have Lasso on Jonkler if I really need it, but I think it will be fine without Lasso. The damage boost from Lasso, that is. Because Lasso is so stupid OP, it just, like, it basically ends the fight instantly. And I feel like bullying, so, let's see. That entropy is going to be a little bit annoying. I do like that they're doing different things with these modifiers. We'll tag an EPI. There you go. EPI is so much better than Harley. Lethal damage is just ridiculous. Oh, yeah, EPI can heal, too. Oh, I'm not going to be an issue. I didn't want to mess up. I was worried I might make a little mistake there and get myself killed. Phantom Zone Projector seems so ad Devo gave up. I mean, the more that he's talking about it, the more it makes a lot of sense. Dot is OP because it can double dip, and it seems like Projector can't double dip. It's not ass, it's just not OP, and it's very limited on the team setup. I hate non-versatile things. It's why Lasso the GOAT. Are we finally going to do a tier list of the arty? It depends on whether or not Devo is going to stay around. Because if Devo and Frog and a couple other people who are more knowledgeable than me can stick around for stream, then we can do it. Because then I can actually talk to people and get second opinions. All y'all need to know is Gemstone's going in A tier and Puppet's probably going in B tier. If it was up to me, Puppet would go straight into F tier. I hate that artifact now. But it is... Objectively, it's still a, like, decent artifact. It's like people talk about it like it's like the greatest thing in the world. And it's kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that makes Lasso better is that you don't need a high combo. It's actually, I will also argue, it's way more versatile though. Because you can throw a Lasso on a support character and then throw like a Dark Metal cards on someone like Orm or Fury of the God Shazam. And you can guarantee that they crit. And that's a lot. That's actually really fun. It also would help against, say, like, you know, crit immune bosses. But Gemstone's more damage, I think, is kind of undercut by how not versatile. Like, how it's basically a highly unstable chemical reaction. That 400% damage, you think it's S tier until you realize that most of the fight is gonna be spent keeping it up, and if you lose it, GG's, it's over, dog. Yeah, Lasso is obvious going. Lasso is the best artifact in the game right now. 100%. It's so versatile. It's so good. It's peak. Yo, chat, y'all want to do something stupid? I think we're going to do something stupid. How do we feel about giving your boy some PTSD? Alright, let's see. Yeah, Lasso, like, if you can combo interrupt, yeah, you never need to restack Lasso. Best in slots are Lasso and FK, yeah. I am more interested about some where the other artifacts fall. It's like, low-key, I think God Killer might be like C, D tier now. The real issue is just, I want to make a video about the power imbalance of the game. Because what's happening now is, like, Catchy Hook wipes the floor with God Killer. Which is funny, because an actual hook is just cooking an actual God Killer. It's so funny to me. But the problem is, a lot of the reworked artifacts are really good. They're so good. But a lot of those older artifacts that haven't been touched yet and aren't going to be touched for the next couple of months, maybe years, they're going to stay cooked. So now there's just a complete imbalance of the game, and I don't really know what we're going to do here. Edgy, you should low-key put the worst artifact in S tier. Also, God Killer was only decent for infinite combos. No one cared about it for damage. It was useful for damage in some cases, but, like, my point is, why on earth would you grind for that when you have something in a lower tier that is just better now? And that's just one example, too. You have other examples as well. The power imbalance, the power scaling of the game is just cooked completely, turned upside down. I think Hand of Zatanna will be A or B. I think so. Like, I want to put it S, but the more I think about it, it's more incoming damage faster, but it's the highest investment, and it's also, get ready for this, incredibly inconvenient to use because the AI proceeds to just act a fool. Yeah. You know, I didn't know this, but Killer Frost's thing can interrupt specials. It's wonderful.
You cannot best Martian might.
It's wonderful. There we go.
Now, my
We do love Martian Manhunter. Look at all those fast attack hits from Gemstone as well. Actually, I think it's hits on combo. I don't think it's fast attack hit. But I do think it actually stacks the thing faster. Could be wrong about that. Alright, there we go. Alright. I have to do that because my Multiverse Armored Supergirl only gets max crit damage on, like, full combo. That's how I built her. No, bro. Well, I need to restack Lasso there. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Let me throw a couple stacks here. I have to use Frost, by the way. It's way too inconvenient to not use Frost. Oh, come on, dog. Oh, I messed up there. If I lose a pip, I lose a pip. I'm getting a level 10 Lasso anyway. That's really the most important part. Oh, look at that damage, dog. Oh, look at that. Oh. There we go. You cannot best Martian might. A bonk. Trollolololololol. I have to restack Gemstone here. So, Gemstone's kind of bugged because for some reason, Martian Manhunter extends the duration of negative effects, but it only lasts for, like, reapplying Gemstone, like, 3 times. It's weird. Wait, how OP is Gemstone plus Lasso? It's fine. It's not crazy OP. It's diminishing returns and that whole concept. It, like, will definitely do more damage. Hey, come on, Mel. Crit. There we go. That's more like it. Actually, we're going to throw another special out. Oh, another one, honestly. Now I'm out of power bars. Alright, there we go.
Best Martian might.
We got this. Like, it's noticeable, but it's not that crazy, in my opinion. Bro needed, yeah, Gemstone, Martian Manhunter, Killer Frost, Lasso, and Sharp Tongue. Look. She's kind of washed in terms of solo raids. Poor Mel, man. Deserves so much better. Both in the game and in the show. Alright. What are we gonna do with Bro here? I like using Fury of the God Shazam. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think his accumulated damage scales with his, like, it blows up accumulated damage, and if you apply incoming damage, then it does a thing. It's something like that. Actually, wait, no. We're gonna use Lex Loser. Look at this bald bum. Look at this bozo. No aura. Kind of trash. Low key. Nah. Doge will glaze him. Let's use Aura-Ack. And let's use Arkham Batman. What are the solo raids next? I hate Fury of the God Shazam. He's so annoying to fight. We're talking about, like, the raid or the invasions. What are the solo raids most likely to come next? If I had to make a prediction, Realm Clash has been gate-kept, so Realm Clash would probably be my guess. And then the other ones I feel like Last Contract and This Is Magic, because those are the ones we haven't seen in the longest amount of time. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Gemstone. I'm looking for Lasso. I might use Puppet. Oh, a necessary evil. Collector with Tongue? That's interesting. Perchance we might try it. But not on this boss. I want to use Lex. I think Lex would be funny. Alright, we'll slap a Puppet on. Make my life easy with Brainiac, because the AI sucks.
Lex Luthor.
And we'll run Gemmy Stone. Alright. Look. He should not be able to cut through my barrier. Look at how tanky Lex is going to be. I've got 2 extra tech class health buffs, and I've got Brainiac's basic attack damage cap. And he's a tier 2 boss. This should be fine. In theory. Bro should have so much health. I am a little low on passive stats, though, because I only run single passive stats. Amulet of Shinnok. Realm Clash is now the most useless raid. Yeah, Amulet of Shinnok is goated, but a lot of people got to stop talking about, like, Realm Clash like it's the, like, savior of the world. Gemstone's not as good as it used to be, because there's a cheaper alternative that's more versatile now, and Puppet is just ass. Like, low-key, look, we like Puppet for one reason: it blinds the opponents. If there was a new artifact that also blinded the opponents, yeah, no, it's cooked. Also, yeah, Lex with a little bit of a stun there, because he can, Batman. Because Arkham Knight Batman has a 25% chance to stun unstunnable bosses. How nice. Resistance is pointless. Ready to submit? Wait, can I apply negative effects to the guy? Damn it, I can't apply negative effects to the guy. Oh, he's in that state. No! I need to activate Puppet. I need to stack my lethal damage, dog. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Yo, Lex. Lex big ballin', bro. Bro's rich. He's Lex. Of course he's rich. Alright. Barop. Bonk. 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 Oh, I wasn't building enough combo. Bonk. Bonk. Didn't even use the mechanic. Edgy there is dumbass. Or RK1. What? Head up Justice League Aquaman with Fahrenheit. Worst one is Last Contract. It's up there, But Advent of Chaos literally doesn't have a useful artifact in it. I guess Trigon Staff, if you want to push it. Which, Rise of Krypton has War Suits, I guess. And Beta Club. Illusionist cards can blind. It gives 100% blind. What? The worst solo... Yeah, probably... It's probably Advent of Chaos. I can't wait for a new version of Puppet in Vault 1. Trigon is ass. Can't wait to get Wooden Stick from the Mythical Swamp Thing raid. Insta-kill the enemies. Illusionist cards can blind. I don't know if it's... Is it 100% blind, though? As someone with 5 max Trigons, that shit is ass. Future power creep gonna be just like that, yep. Yeah, no one really cares. We're interested in only one thing. We're gonna skate to one song only, folks.
I'm not just a pretty face.
I'm sorry, Vixen, but in this game, nah, your model's a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. Clockmo. Yo, yeah, chat, look at how amazing these rolls are. Trigon Staff saved my ass. I got it level 8 when I was just starting. I think it's still, like, really good for, like, Arena, but there's some guy on the Reddit, like, a while ago going, it's the best artifact in the game because it helps you stay alive and do more damage. And I was just like, no, bud. Yeah, I don't know what I want to re-roll it on, though. That's the thing. I'm gonna re-roll it on the most relevant artifact, the only one that matters. Yeah, I mean, we're not doing that. we're not on special damage. Yes, I know Dot's technically more optimal, but look, the artifact reforge system sucks. I got lethal. It's good enough for me. All right. All right. Let's see. We're gonna use the Deleter of Worlds. And we're going to use... I actually feel like Girl of Steel is a pretty good option here. Because I'm going to spam a lot of specials. Plus they're cousins. And, who else could we run here? Who else could we run? Let's run Justice League Flash for combo building. Use Cal, let's go. I used Brainiac. Bro, what about the Harpoon hand? It's going to be an interesting one. I've used it, and I got decent use out of it, but, like, meh. Is it better than Beta Club? Probably not, I'm gonna be honest. Where on earth? What am I looking at? We're looking at Sharp Tongue, right? Yeah, that's what I'm going for. It'll work. It will work fine. I mean, between these two, what do I think is better? I don't know, but Projector seems kind of ass from what I'm hearing. If you want my artifact review, this is the best artifact in the game. This can be somewhat useful, but it's kind of mid. This shit is ass. The definition of mid. I think this has some utilities, but it's not only a damage-dealing artifact. This is bugged, and even though it's gonna be fixed eventually, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more situational. This is not relevant. This is going to be incredibly annoying in defensive mode, in defensive League Invasion teams. This is alright and pretty good for a Vault 1 artifact, but it's kind of... It's not as good as Beta Club, because Beta Club has the benefit of being more convenient to activate, and also, what's the other thing it does? It also doubles dips, because Dot double dips. So it basically can crit twice and do crazy damage. The Miracle Machine is ass. Nobody cares about it. And this is pretty good, I think. Harpoon is... actually, Treadmill isn't even useful for invasions. You want to know why Treadmill is absolute garbage in invasions? It comes down to one simple idea here. Do you know what happens in invasion? You want to know the one thing you want to avoid in invasions? Getting one-tapped. When you activate Flash Time, if you break out of... Whenever you break out of Flash Time, whenever the timer is up, the AI can be still holding a block on you. Meaning that you can literally be hitting the opponent in Flash Time. Flash Time ends. They're instantly blocking. You get one-tapped and you die. It is trash. It is garbage. It's not good. I will not hold... I look, no more copium. It's not good. End of discussion. There are better options for your... There are better investments in solo raids, and there are better options in invasions. It's not good. End of story. Yeah, basically. They're like 85%. They're like 80% mid. Lasso is like the best artifact in the game. Everything else, a letdown. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put Gemstone on Girl of Steel. Get the double incoming damage. Why not? Imagine having all the terrible artifacts in Vault 1, 3, and 4. I mean, on one hand, at least, you know, the best artifact in the game is in Vault 2, so can people stop complaining? Also, like, I don't understand why people are still talking about free-to-play artifacts. They don't matter anymore, and they're not being added back. They're never being added back. It was delusional. Y'all were delusional to ever say it was going to come back. Oh, am I in training mode by accident? I'm just setting up the team. Oh, no, I'm not in training mode. No, Luca, I got this. Trust. Vixen's gonna be annoying, though. It's a Vixen character. She's always annoying. Yeah, I need Girl Steel Gears. I feel like, logically speaking, she'll probably be invading the arena whenever the movie comes out. We'll probably get a Multiverse Supergirl and Multiverse Armored Supergirl season. Then we'll get a Girl of Steel invasion for those 2 weeks. And then we'll probably get... Actually, no, we might... Actually, the legendary character actually tends to invade pretty often. We might get a double invasion. Just all the super... Just a week of Supergirl. How do you get Girl of Steel's gears? I think I just bought them. I don't remember. You can either buy them, or you can get them from the Arena invasion. Alright. But I don't actually know when she invades Arena. I'm pretty sure, like, Justice League Cyborg, for example, invades Arena for, what's it called? For Cyber Monday. I don't know who else has, like, a scheduled invasion. I think Elder Swamp Thing invades for Halloween. Like, there's loose timelines of when characters have a tendency to invade. Should be able to take this just fine. Yeah. I don't know why, but the super move's been a little bit more laggy than it usually is for me as of recently. Alright. There we go. Alright, it's time to get off my earth, little bro. That, are you kidding me? Dog. So annoying. Alright, so I actually do have to bring this up about Lasso, though. But one of the worst parts about Lasso is the fact that whenever they fail a special and they're snared, there's basically no downtime on the snare. So it's like they will get punished for it and then immediately recover, and then you can't counter them. And it's really annoying. Yo, this guy's ass.
I'm the man of steel.
I'm not really seeing all that much damage, dog. I mean, 'tis what it is. Now level 10 Lasso, and that's the most important part. I will throw away as many pips. Oh, actual damage? So inconvenient to keep everything up, though. Dude, what is that input delay? Alright, I'm locked in, I'm focusing up. I don't think we're one-shotting, chat. I don't think it's happening. Look at this. Look at how ass this character is, bro.
This is for your own good.
Alright, big value here. Okay.
Get off my arm.
Okay, too close for comfort. Too close for comfort. Holy crap. We got the big value at the end. Alright. That was too close. Thank you, the Lasso stagger. Oh, gonna give me a heart attack. Oh, jeez. Never again. Alright, we're not doing that again. No, not doing that again. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? We're gonna use the toughest character in the game. Bro is so tough. Bro is him for real. Wasn't easy. Never lost faith. We're not doing that again.
Beast boy.
No play, no. No. Too close for comfort. I'm not doing that again. Alright. Use Orm without DMC. Orm needs a DMC, bro. This guy, homie, is trash. That's stuff you do in training? Yeah, but I went, nah, screw it. I got this. I got very lucky. With the, like, last crit. Like, if that last special didn't crit, we were cooked. Lasso on Monk. I skipped over Lasso. Alright. Where is it? Where did I put my Lasso? Where the hell is this thing? Oh, there it is. Alright, that's aura farming. 1.5 billion, though. That's big numbers. Very big numbers. Very impressive numbers. Way too risky to not, like... I really should have tested that. But, tis what it is. Alright. You know what? This is actually going to be kind of tough, dude. Trust. We got the flash ring, bro. It's going to give me bonus damage on specials, right? This is going to be so tough, bro. Trust. This is going to be aura. As the kids say. I'm so old, dude. I'm so on. It's over. Alright. I'm throwing out a special 3 early just to disable her block because she's annoying. Well, actually, all characters are annoying. Throw out the super move. I know we can do more damage if you, like, save it, but I don't really care too much. Alright, there you go. Alright, so that's full crown stacks. That's the first thing we're going to do here. I'm going to throw out another special, too. Get the electrify going. Okay, what is that input delay? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, right there with, like, the weird stagger. Like, they get staggered, but they can't. Like, you can't really counter them while they're in that state. Alright. We're gonna build combo with the flash now, boys. Alright. Alright, here we go. Super nuke, bro. Flash ring, plus crown, and I don't think we crit. Look, I hate you. Your mans does not crit, Luca, I swear.
Losing momentum.
And look, if you say it's just me, I don't know what you're doing. Best worst character is every Supergirl. Luca, I will kill you. I will hunt you down. I will find you, Luca. Oh no! Wait, no, we lost the incoming damage. Damn it! Oh, she super moved. That's right. Also, your lasso stack will get consumed if you if the opponent super moves, and they will. Oh, come on, dude. She keeps spamming those specials. I want to do a big nuke here.
Losing momentum.
And I lost the flash damage buff because she's being annoying. There's a lot of stuff to stack. Oh, wait, no, I already had everything. Damn it. That sucks. Alright, there we go. So, she's got the lasso stack applied. I'm going to go build all the flash ring stacks. And we're going to do a big nuke with the special 3. And he's not going to crit because he never crits. Alright. There we go. Come on. Everything stacked. I can't even tell how much damage he did. He only crits for me. Do you need episodes on 7A to become an effect? Well, you need to ascend her because she gets lethal damage, which is just the most like overpowered thing in the game. Who would you say is the best worst character in the game? Like Sub-Zero, for example. He's useless, but he still has the free special that works pretty well. I mean, Multiverse Supergirl has the freeze breath that I like to change, like chain for a special. Best worst character in the game. Let's see. Gold Shazam is actually not that bad because he has an infinite special chain with the special 1. So there's that. I think that might be my pick, just because of the special 1 infinite chain. Orm did at least 100 trillion. Who? Is Mr. Freeze worth getting? No. He's a very high investment character. He's not really one you prioritize. Paragirl is the best character in the game. Gunner. I also don't fuck with Karen. I'm a Kara sympathizer. So, Supergirl my goat. I don't really care about Paragirl. Who do we use next, boys? I almost threw away a Pip doing Collector. But I managed to one-shot with Collector. Gold Shazam, is this a new character or something? I don't know, never heard of him.
Robin King.
I did actually drop 40 shards of Robin King from the pass, so that was nice. Who are we running? Flawed Justice? I was thinking that. Let's run. I just run the full Flawed Justice team. I think you could swap them out. You know what we're gonna do? Also, it's black, not black. It's White Canary. We are not combo interrupting Katie Loss. We are so cooked in terms of combo interruption. You know what? Let me try and do something real stupid. We're gonna use not the lasso. We're gonna use the flash ring on this character. I can't combo interrupt. You can't combo interrupt her. No one can. She's just not someone you can combo interrupt. We're gonna use the lasso of truth on my boy Hawkman, and then we're gonna run the sharp tongue on my boy John Cena, most overrated wrestler of all time. He is, though. I wish Fear the God Shazam had Gold Shazam attack pattern. I mean, yeah, the Gold Shazam attack pattern is smoother, but meh, he gets the job done. I do wonder if Hawkman is probably the smarter choice. It's just like out of the combo, like out of the people to actually combo with. Oh look, I combo interrupted her. That's not something we're doing consistently though. Oh damn it! I got sharp tongue. Yep. From my understanding, it's gonna be very good even after it gets patched, because only the percentage health damage aspect is getting patched. From my knowledge, that's my understanding of the situation. Now. Your time is up. My time is now. Come on. No, don't be like that. Alright. The nice thing is the combo building doesn't reset whenever you get combo interrupted for the flash ring. So, I'm throwing out the unhittable cloud because there's no way we're combo interrupting your dog. There's no way. Cena's mic skills were goated. He's a very good talker, undeniably. The problem is too much of his career span, in my opinion, was spent cutting stupid-ass promos about bologna, fudge, and mustard. Also, I just don't like the glazing of him being the GOAT. Guys, 2 billion in a single special. Look, I don't remember it would matter. I don't think it would matter. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even finish stacking Peacemaker's damage boost.
Put your guns down.
Put your guns down. Do I run Heartbreaker Harley with EPI? Trying to figure out my solo raid teams. Right now I have DC Universe Soups, Classic Flash, Grodd, yep, that's a standard team. Bellman the Drown Arcade, yeah. Silver Batman, Silver Dr. Fate. Only OTC. I acknowledge you as my tribal chief. Yeah, I mean, usually you run EPI with Heartbreaker. Yes, you run Harley with EPI, because if you're using Harley as a damage dealer, she doesn't work without EPI. And, I mean, if you're running EPI as a damage dealer, and you should, because she's the better character, EPI makes a pretty solid support. I mean, Heartbreaker Harley makes a pretty solid support for EPI. Alright, who are we running next? I'm feeling... This is actually one of my favorite teams, low-key. I think she's got some lethal resistance, but we should be fine. I think we'll be fine, at least. Yeah, we're not combo interrupting Mel, are we, though? We'll be fine. Tis will be fine. Justice League Dark. I do run them a lot, though. Plus, this is way more fun as a team, I think. This is one of my favorite teams to mess around with, honestly. But we're getting Z. Any teams I can make with Darkseid, Martian Manhunter, highest rated legendaries. Darkseid is an arena character. Martian Manhunter is a support character. And, yeah. So, neither of those characters are damage dealers. Got unlocked ring today. I mean, I've been finding some use for it. I don't think it's good, but it's fine. She got some lethal resistance. Trying to think, is this a smart move? Yeah, we'll be fine. Support for who? Anyone who runs negative debuffs. So, Martian Manhunter will pair well with Puppet, but don't use Puppet because it's ass. It's not ass, it's just they're better options. Gemstone, he's a great character to have for Gemstone, once you get that. But he's like a decent support at best. Homie ain't all that, I'm gonna be honest. I do wish they rework Martian Manhunter, because as a Martian, y'all understand how OP Martians are in the DC universe. Blood should get so much more to work with. No, Mel, stop double bass pedal kicking me. Come on, we can have a reasonable discussion about this. Let's be civil. Damn it. You have to burn her. You have to burn the opponent for the percentage health damage to actually happen. Alright, there you go. And I ran out of burn just as we went for that last special. Ow, 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 ow. Mel, come on, calm down. Come on. Let's be civil about this. Okay. She also has lethal resistance, which makes this a particularly bad matchup. But it is what it is. Like, looking at the damage, I know we'll be fine. We're gonna be alright. I think it's only some resistance, too. Oh! There you go. That's nice. Oh, come on. I'm literally holding block there. Alright, it's whatever. Alright. Useless. Alright. Yeah, there we go. We just needed one big crit. And lethal. And it should be fine from here on out. I wish she could hit me with crits, though. Because then I could proc my ability. And get guaranteed crits. That would be good. Sorry, Mel. Victory Screech! Alright. Yo, this stream is so ass. Why is it not giving... What is my stream, bro? Why can't I even, stay live with it? I'm gonna hit the refresh button, because whenever I get an ad, it messes the thing up. Alright. Alright, can we be... So, Wonder Woman. Who are we fighting? Who are we using for Wonder Woman? Are we gonna be boring and use Raiden, or when we... Actually, I could still use the Justice League Dark team a little bit. I could just go with the Raven setup. You know, we'll run the Raven setup, I think. Nope, wrong thing. There we go. Well, I feel like Raven should have some synergy with the Justice League Dark team. Magic and whatnot. There could also just be a Teen Titans team in the game. Heaven knows that's not happening. We're not getting any new character. What's good? I mean, I'm just doing stream. Got a level 10 Lasso. Probably gonna make a video about... what do you call it? Probably gonna make a video. Tomorrow, I would guess. Just comparing Lasso versus, Gemstone. I gotta figure out what I have to compare in that video, but That's probably where we're going there. But yeah, just streaming, just doing the, what's it called? Just working my way through the solo raid last season. I might play Injustice 1, because I haven't touched the Nightmare mode of the Gaslight Batman Challenge. I might do it for the vibes. I know the majority of my audience doesn't really care about it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Injustice 1 got some rough gameplay. The gameplay ain't it, but the character selection, the roster, pretty good. Too much Batman, too much Superman, but overall, pretty good roster. I got Sharp Tongue. Who can I use it on? I mean, anyone who has a damage buff to their specials. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I really don't understand how people were struggling with Wonder Woman, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get she can be annoying, but like, dog, I had a bunch of people who didn't understand her mechanics. I'm like, bro, it tells you right there. It's like a minigame, man. Light work as a boss. Yo, is JC about to do this in one tagging? He's about to do this in one tagging. Yeah, I mean, we ran out of darkness a little bit too early. But she has a damage cap. This guy's disgusting. What is wrong with bro? Oh, hell no. I gotta try that again. If I had stacked full darkness, I think that would have been one tag and two. It's just I know I can't combo interrupt Wonder Woman. Alright, chat, what are we upgrading next? I feel like logically it's either going to be the Harpoon or the Phantom Zone Projector. And from what I've heard, the Projector is kind of ass. But the Harpoon is kind of boring. Trash. Anyway. What are we going to upgrade? Harpoon.
Superman.
Imagine not having a yeah, imagine messing up pips, man. Imagine having to upgrade other artifacts so that I could showcase them and tell people not to get them. Imagine actually, imagine having to do that. Couldn't be me. Those damn fools. Let's see. Do I use Sharp Tongue or Catchy Hook on Koa? Sharp Tongue's currently bugged on Koa, so run that. Harpoon is kind of ass anyway, but according to some people, it's better than Beta Club. Probably. Projector is kind of but like, it's the Projector. It's got aura. How much can I... Okay, that's so ass, dude. Nah, that's still so much combo. I'll just run Harpoon. Alright. Projector needs a buff, go Harpoon. No, yeah, oh, I mean Sharp Tongue. Yeah, Sharp Tongue is bugged on Koa right now, so you can do like 2 billion in a single special. Even without that, though, it's going to be very good on King. You can just use Raiden as a reference point. I'm at 133k mats now because I don't know what to upgrade. Got all the artifacts now in Heroic 7, so mats, yeah, finally there. I mean, I kind of did a bunch of daft things, so it's going to be a while before I get there. I'm going to get there before the end of the season, but my Harpoon is crazy. I just one-shot people in Champions. Well, like, look, Harpoon in Arena is strong, but, like, I have a Twin Blade. It makes no difference to me. I'm literally just going to go, like, whenever I played Arena, I literally just have teams with Twin Blade as a preset, and then I go bop, 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 and then call it a day. And none of the Arena rewards are even good. I don't even touch Champions Arena anymore. There's no point. Nah. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Who do I upgrade now? All my silvers and all my legendaries have maxed gears. So who in the gold category do I want to upgrade? All my Supergirls are maxed too, because of course they are. Let's see. Who do I actually care about enough to upgrade? All of you are irrelevant. All of you are irrelevant. All of you are irrelevant. Let's go Black Adam.
Black Adam.
I'm saving a couple gear mats. I need a minimum of 2 million to actually max out Supergirl. I think it's a little less than that, but generally that's the threshold I've been going for. I think Harpoon is more convenient to use. Yeah, I mean, like, than Beta Club? I don't know about that. I don't know if Harpoon can double dip like Beta Club can, though. Swamp Thing's already built. I have all my characters maxed out. Yeah, it's like Champions Arena, but, like, who's touching that? Alright. Let's see. Swamp Thing, Silver Swamp Thing, God's little brother, bruh. Alright. Probably should do that artifact tier list, but, well, I'll try out the shiny new toy, alright? Well, who are we gonna use? Alright, let's use Raven Raiden, right? That's a common Beta Club team, right?
Raiden.
So, we'll try it, right? We'll compare Hook. Is this worth my time? At all?
Raven.
Let's see, alright? So, Raven's gonna have our Lasso, and Raiden's gonna have the Hook. I'm too lazy to equip the third teammate. Can we just use Scarab's Chosen Blue Beetle for, like, what?
Begin.
Like, you mean with Lasso? Well, that's nice. The stun duration isn't bad either. I mean, of the two, I think Harpoon is definitely better than Phantom Zone Projector, but does it matter? I don't really know. Okay, didn't want to counter too early because they have a tendency to block. Alright, let's see. Meh. That's pretty decent. I mean, I can't accurately compare it to Beta Club because I don't, what's it called? I don't have a level 10. So, every comparison will be a little bit biased. Either I'm getting very lucky with every crit or this thing doesn't double dip. And I don't know which one of those is true. Hey, look, it goes to the block, though. That's nice. You gotta tag out a lot more. What's the max dot duration? Oh, that's also nice. Stuns them. There you go. There's that 150. Alright, let's try that again. But this time, I'll compare it to the Aura Club. Well, it doesn't double dip. I've tested intensely, as in, like, you mean like the dot values? With this fight, Beta Club would have been over in the first tag in of Stacking Darkness. 5 seconds done at level 10. Is that really 5 seconds? Alright. So I'll compare it to Beta Club, then I'll compare it to Fahrenheit. And I'll see how, like, relevant it is. It's going to be a little bit unfair because I only have a level 3. But you did get more passive stats from the Harpoon. So that's the best I could do for you in terms of a fair comparison. What's Harpoon in? Vault 2? All I can say is, yeah, it has yet to show skill. Harpoon has yet to show skill, ladies and gentlemen. Not based on a physical value, so no double dips. So, doesn't that mean the damage is more consistent, but lower? And the DPS doesn't increase with level, only duration, which is more damage over the entire duration. But if you can tag in fast enough to refresh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I will say, I think that I want... If anyone's played Injustice 1, I need a character that did what Prime Hawkgirl did. Please let me reduce the cooldown of my tag-ins, please. Please, you don't understand. I want to run so many cycle teams, man. Which means it'll do less. Yeah. So, is it better than Beta Club? No. Is it a good artifact? Yeah, still pretty solid. Can you explain how tongue works? Alright, so first thing about the sharp tongue is that it does something known as double dipping. Double dipping is basically the physical value needs to crit, and then the actual dot value has a tendency to crit. Like, those, it can double crit, which means it has the ability to basically do a whole lot of damage. And then Sharp Tongue is based on your special value. So whereas Beta Club is based on your, what's it called? Oh, wait. I have to stack everything, that's right. Fair enough, you're not helping my case here. Like, if I had stacked Fair Knife first, then tagged in and gotten Darkness, it would be over. So, I mean, both of them work. Beta Club and Fair Knife. And they do more damage. But, yeah, so... Yeah, Sharp Tongue gives you dot damage on specials, and because dot damage can double dip, as in the physical value can crit, and then the dot value can crit, it basically crits on top of itself, basically doing nuclear damage. It's bugged because it works with percentage health damage. No, I didn't fight Classic Flash at all today. I'm gonna try that again. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do it right this time. But yeah. It's bugged because it works with percentage health damage. The numbers, from my understanding, the dot values that you're getting aren't going to be fixed when the patch happens. It's literally just the fact that it scales with percentage health damage. Because the percentage health damage is basically calculating the value itself. Which honestly I don't even think is that big of a bug. Yep. I hate Cyborg's AI, by the way. Also, can we address the fact that whenever Raven gets, hit with the swipe, she gets pushed away? One of my least favorite things in the game. I'll be honest. Okay. That stagger is also annoying as hell. But, it gets the job done. I think Beta Club is just objectively faster, because it's less setup. But, yeah, both of them completely outclass Harpoon. Yeah, it's also bugged with Deathstroke, but who actually has a built Deathstroke? Except for this idiot. If I use it on the Flawed Justice Team, what artifacts do I put on all of them? Sharp Tongue on whoever your damage dealer is. I have Black Adam, so I'm gonna run Black Adam. But if you have Gears for Hawkman, you can run Hawkman. And then you want some incoming damage increase. You think Beta Club is coming? Beta Club ain't even all that, I'm gonna be honest. It's a good artifact, but you have alternatives. Beta Club and Fahrenheit both do the same thing, basically. One of them is slightly faster, but one of them does more damage over time. Get whichever one comes up. Realistically, if I had to make a prediction, I'm feeling Realm Clash, Last Contract, This is Magic. That would be my guess. You know, for my whole shtick where I hate Beta Club, I feel like Beta Club probably still belongs in S tier. It's iffy, because my thing about Beta Club is that its greatest strength is also its greatest weakness. To actually make Beta Club work, you kind of need some kind of damage increase, like a puppet or a lasso. So it doesn't work as a standalone artifact like Fahrenheit does. But it's also, you swipe once, you tag out. So it has the benefit. It has the downside of needing to be a duet, but it has the upside of being having crazy synergy with a bunch of different things. But yeah, in this case, I would probably just run Lasso and Sharp Tongue. If you have Gemstone, you can run Gemstone, Lasso, or Gemstone. Both work, and then go with passive stats on Hawkman. I have a built Deathstroke. Fair and Knife is redundant. It insists upon itself, but I like it because I have fun with it. I mean, look, there's so many overpowered artifacts in the game. Really, it just comes down to whatever's available now. Just go get it, honestly. There you go. Edgy, have you been listening to too much MCR? No, it's just that... So, I usually shower in the afternoon, but I didn't, like, yesterday, so I showered in the morning, so my hair's, like, down. So, it's just the weight of it. Thank you for snapping into a block. I absolutely needed you to do that. Anyway, also, it scales with combo as well. So anyway, and then you win. That's kind of sharp tongue for you. This is the first or second shower, dog. Is it still worth getting gemstone if you have Lasso? Honestly, I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna be honest. It might not be. Like, there are cases where gemstone is better than Lasso, but a lot of those cases are like, I'm running silvers and I'm running Fahrenheit on Silver Flash and gemstone on like Predator Batman. I mean Silver Batman, and it does a little bit more damage, a little more convenient. The majority of stuff that you want to do with gemstone, you're gonna be able to accomplish with Lasso. Do you need gemstone? I mean, it's still good to have, but people act like gemstone, please, it's the savior of the world. And they act like Puppet is the greatest thing to ever grace humanity. Puppet is washed. Gemstone is kind of excessive. So, that's my 2 cents. Is Raiden a character that's actually worth getting all of his gears to? Yeah, Raiden's one of the best characters in the game. Honestly, no character's worth getting like level 80 gears though. If you're struggling with mats, 75 is fine. Get that bonus. Gemstone Lasso. In terms of damage, yes, but I think in terms of versatility and in terms of investment, I'd probably say Lasso is better if we consider the circumstances. I don't know. Because there are definitely cases where I've been able to do things with Gemstone that I haven't been able to do with Lasso. But Lasso is just more fun because I can throw dark metal cards on Orm and a crown on Orm, and I just like messing around, and it's just more versatile. So preference is Lasso, but I'm trying to remove preference and trying to be objective. If you are a new player and you don't have infinite keys, I would probably go for Lasso. It's just cheaper, it's less keys, less of an investment. And heaven knows the learning curve for Gemstone is a little more difficult for some people. Oh, jeez. This game's not intuitive, and timing is going to be difficult, and there's people aren't going to understand you have to have a good tag in, and then on top of that, you got people not understanding differences between like various different modifiers, because the game kind of hard to understand. It doesn't make it easy for you to understand. What was that alert? I don't know. It goes off every now and then. It might be a sub, it might be a like, I don't actually know. But yeah. Amulet of Shinnok is good, but it's very much an exclusively Invasions thing. Which actually, let me see if I still have it. I think it might be time, depends on who's here. If Devo's here, we can do this, but I know House is a man of opinions, but I do like more opinions. I know Devo's tested a bunch of stuff, so where is my bookmarks? There we go. Okay. Let me see. Alright, we're good. How much of that did y'all see? It's fine. It's whatever. I think I was just literally going to my Google thing. Alright. So. Let's go. To be honest, it depends on how much time you want to spend on the game daily. If you finish your pips fast, go for GS and Beta Club. Yeah. I'm here gonna start driving to work in like 15 minutes here. Or so quick. Alright. I mean, are we good to go, right? We're just gonna do the tier list. So, we got Goated. These are your must. I'm feeling like, Steel Dre. Or actually, Still Solid, I guess. We'll go Still Solid. Trash. We'll go... Bugged, so can't be rated. Bugged, so can't be rated. I suck at typing. What are we feeling for the other tiers? Nice to have, I guess. Washed. Better alternative. Do we agree with that? Do we agree with my tiers? Would y'all change anything? But we're gonna do an artifact tier list. Yeah, so I feel like Lasso is the best artifact in the game right now. It is so versatile. You can pair it up with a Farron knife. You can pair it up with a dark metal card. You can pair it up with a crown. It's in Vault 2. It's very easy to get to. It's the best, most versatile artifact in the game. It's a must-have. I would argue best artifact in the game. Where is my goat? Where is it? I can't find it. Alright, there it is. Farron knife, also. It's so... the amount of damage that you get with Farron knife is ridiculous. It's so stupid OP how much damage you get with this artifact. It's very fun to play. Works really well with fast attack hits. I do think we need more fast attack hit characters. Would make it a lot more fun. And the fact that it is dot damage, it has the double dip ability, so base value and dot can crit, and you can get like stupid values. As much as I hate it, as much as I clown on it, as much as it's a meme, I feel like Beta Club is probably S tier. Are we going to agree with that, or are we going to disagree with it? Like, my whole Beta Club is trash, a stick aside. It's either low, it's like high A, low S, I feel. Again, the biggest issue with Beta Club is that a lot of people think, oh, you just slap Beta Club on it, and it's the best artifact in the game. But, again, the issue is that it needs something to boost it up, but it works really well with 500 different things. So, what are we feeling about Beta Club, chat? I feel like Beta's a low S. It's remained relevant for all this time, and it's very convenient to use. It's very easy to use. I find it boring to use, but it does a ton of damage, works really well with a lot of different things. And now that the game has completely changed so that a lot of things are easy to get, I feel like it's probably S. Yeah, it's less damage, but easier to use. It is a little bit undercut by the fact that you need to, like, pair it up with something, but I don't feel right. Yeah, I would probably put it low S. Can we rename the trash tier to puppet tier? Yeah, honestly. And I mean, maybe. Yeah. I can agree, low S. Alright. So, this might be my first controversial pick. I feel Gemstone's A. Because, again, there are cases where you can do things with Gemstone that you can't do with Lasso. But people act like 400% incoming damage, it's so OP, it's the best thing in the game. A lot of your strongest teams can easily one-shot with 200% incoming damage. Again, it's probably on the verge here. It's A or S. Low A, high S. I mean, what? No. Low S, high A. Just because things are better doesn't mean it's worse. But the problem is investment. If you are a new player and you have a limited amount of keys, what are you going to get? Lasso, which you're going to be able to do basically everything you were able to with Gemstone, or Gemstone, which is A, Vault 3 versus Lasso's Vault 2, and also in a raid that never comes around. When using Lasso instead of Gemstone, you can use Crown instead of Amulet or Dark Metal. Yes, Gemstone also doesn't have the ability to synergize in the way Lasso does. And most of the fight, you're going to spend stacking Gemstone or restacking Gemstone, and heaven forbid if you lose Gemstone stacks, call that fight wraps. It's over, dog. The AI decides to be annoying, snap into a block, back away, it's over. You're cooked. You lost the stack. And you also can't keep it at a stable level. Like, if I could keep my Gemstone at 240% or 320, I would, but I have to go up. It's still a very good artifact. And the only thing preventing it from S tier, in my opinion, is the fact that there just exists a better and more versatile alternative. And guess what? Power creeping matters because investment matters. We don't have infinite time and infinite resources, and you have to pick and choose what you invest in. S tier is like low star rating Raven. Yeah, I feel... Oh, what is it? Some stupid ad? I can agree Gemstone is harder to use, but if used perfectly, it's S tier. Yeah, but how many people are going to be able to use it perfectly? A lot of the people who, like, love Gemstone, like, or... I think something I saw a while ago in, like, a Discord, I think it was Vultures, was like, you think Gemstone is S tier until you use it and you realize it's A tier. It's still a great artifact. I just don't know if I can put it in S tier. Because the majority of players, like, they only care about getting the 8 one-shots, right? Your 8 one-shots, your teams are sorted, you farm raids, you collect the characters you like, you upgrade characters every now and then. Everything that you need, Lasso can help you with. I think Gemstone kind of insists on itself. And the combo needed to reach tiers, yeah, like, it's... hot take, Hand of Zatanna is nice to have, but I've become a Hand of Zatanna, like, hater. Look, it's high S, I mean, it's high A, low S, basically. It's fallen right here, basically. If I could put it right here, I would. Alright, Hand of Zatanna. Because that's another big artifact. A tier. My reasoning for Hand of Zatanna being an A tier are two major things. Number one, it's a ton of incoming damage, and it's very quick incoming damage, but it's a Vault 4 artifact. So most people aren't getting to it for a long while. Second of all, the fact that it makes the AI just hold block and be cringe is very annoying and very frustrating to use. So, go in an A tier for being hard to obtain and also being incredibly inconvenient to use. Yeah. I'm low-key a Hand of Zatanna hater, yeah. Level dependent, chain can be annoying, and it's a very high investment artifact. So, I feel like A, pretty standard. Gemstone, I think you can make an argument for high A or low S. I feel high A just because if we're talking about investment, I feel like Lasso is just a better and more versatile investment. So, those are like the big artifacts, right? Am I missing any major artifacts? Oh. B tier. So, for the record, this is S tier, this is A tier, this is B tier, this is C tier, this is D tier. This is F tier, and then this is just, it's bugged, so we can't properly rate that. Where am I looking for? I have to shout out Dubs, too, who isn't here, but he made the tier list. Yo, Dubs, where the hell is Sword of Superman? I don't think he had it. Either I'm missing it, or he didn't add it. But Sword of Superman would go into bugged, because it doesn't work. Too harsh on Puppet? Nah. Puppet's nice to have, but here's the thing, right? People act like Puppet is the savior of the world. It's the best artifact in the game. It's a must-have. Having it at level 10 means that you're gonna one-shot every fight. If we are talking about raw damage, Puppet just gets outperformed by 100 other things. It's nice to have because the blind is very convenient. But if there was an artifact that gave you guaranteed blind, you'd all be running that. Let's be honest here. Just all at the bottom, I think. What about the Sword of Sin? I don't know, man. Those swords are kind of washed. High key. Oh. What is this? What is this? Bro, why would you not put them all at the same thing? Alright. Damn it, Dubs. Puppet low-key washed. High-key washed. Shit is ass. Beast Boy's also washed. Because, like, the best thing about Beast Boy was Puppet spam did a bunch of damage, but, like, most of the other characters have better options than Puppet now. Yeah, Puppet is convenient to have. It was good when it gave you incoming damage. Lasso gives you more incoming damage. And it's less investment. Vault 2 versus Vault 3. And Puppet, you also have to cycle to the incoming damage. And you also, like, look, the best thing about Puppet now is the fact that it gives you 100% blind. If you had something else that gave you 100% blind, you wouldn't be running it. Oh, I should mention, what I'm doing right now is a solo raid tier list. because I play mostly solo raids, and most players play solo raids. I don't play invasions, so I'm not qualified to actually talk about invasions. So this is a solo raid tier list. If we were doing invasions, then Puppet would unfortunately go in S tier, because the only way to play that Forsaken game mode is to actually be God. Yeah, but like, what's up, man? It's been a while. Yeah, we're just doing an artifact tier list. So this is what we got right now. This is a S tier, best artifacts in the game. B tier, I think, are still solid, but they have things going against them that makes them A. B is nice to have, but not the like greatest thing in the world. C is that it's just outclassed by a better alternative. Washed is like D tier. These are just terrible. And this is bugged, so it can't be rated, and then trash. And I'm doing a solo raid tier list because I'm not qualified to talk about invasions. Speaking of washed. Yeah. Alright, so God Killer's going in C tier, better alternative. It gets mogged by Catchy Hook, which is funny, because an actual God Killer gets beat by a hook. Like, bro. But yeah, until God Killer gets reworked, we can't say anything. Stealing attack is not anywhere near as valuable as just getting a damage buff, and even though Catchy Hook, I think, is slightly bugged right now, because only the swipe attack breaks blocks, even though it disables blocks completely. It's, yeah, it just gets completely wiped. I think the swords are washed. I don't really think they're all that good. I mean, I haven't played with them too much. Sword of Salvation is nice to have, but actually it might be nice to have. I don't know. Actually, like, all artifacts are nice to have, basically. You're saying they're only fixing the percentage health damage. Yeah, we're gonna rate those. I feel like the swords are just gonna go in wash for now. Talking about that percentage, yeah. Devo's the one that would know about that. I believe Supergirl is getting negative feedback because... Alright, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. But, like, there has been so much discourse about that. I don't... Like, bro, Millie didn't even say anything, okay? So, there's this whole discourse about how Millie Alcock is attacking Christians. If you read the actual thing she said, she went, yeah, I feel like I'm getting a lot of, like, negative feedback and attacked by a lot of people. But then you read their bio, and they have, like, oh, you know, father of 4 Christian. She is not insulting Christians. She is calling people out on their bullshit. She is saying you are not practicing what you are preaching. She's not wrong. People are idiots. Common sense, everybody. Alright, so what were we doing before I went on that rant? I have Aura Blade in B tier because it's Vault 4. A tier after the change, yes. I feel like A tier, we're just going to put them in A tier, right? They're still going to be very good. A little bit of a misconception there. And they're just like, oh, percentage health damage. You know, they're going to be trash when they're patched. Sharp Tongue doesn't really rely on percentage health damage, and the percentage health damage with Amulet really just means it's here right now, and when it's fixed, it's going to be here. They're Vault 1. They're incredible artifacts. They're very strong. Like, they're great to have. They're easy to get to. Very versatile. You can use them for a lot of things. These are great artifacts. They're A tier. Even after the bug, removing the percentage health damage aspect, you're still going to be able to do stupid things. Another thing about Amulet, it scales with incoming damage. So, you can have like 500%, 500 mil accumulated damage, and then Lasso giving you a 200% damage increase. So, you're going to do 1.5 billion. Yeah, so it's untrue. Yeah, no, it's untrue, but I'm frustrated because people are just saying actual bullshit and they have no idea what they're talking about. Millie's smart enough to understand that. She's been in the entertainment industry for a couple of years now. Yeah, she was just saying that she was getting attacked because, like, you know, just being a woman or something. And it's like, she said something about ownership of, like, women's bodies, and she's like, and then people got mad about it, and she's just like, I didn't even say men, I just said people, and they took it the wrong way. And then you, like, read their bios, and they're, like, actual hypocrites, is what she's saying. Cosmic Trip? No! That shit going in ass. It's not good. Alright, so what are we talking about? Twin Blade. Yeah. Nice to have. Like, okay, we're talking solo raids. If we were talking, like, invasions and PvP game modes, yeah. Like, absolute must. It's outclassed by Beta Club. It's outclassed by Fahrenheit. it's a Vault 3 artifact. It's the same amount of investment to get these two. And also, like, the one time you use Twin Blade is whenever you're fighting, like, a dot immune boss. In that case, just slap 3 DC Universe Superman there. DC Universe Superman can also bypass dot immunity. He cannot bypass armor pierce immunity. So, Twin Blade is mid. In Invasions, at least. I mean, in Solar Raids, excuse me. Yeah, Twin Blade is nice to have, but it's just outclassed. I want to, like, it's either better alternative or nice to have, but God Killer has a better alternative, and the fact that it's better alternative is just so much, like, better than it. It just... Nah. But Twin Blade, I don't think it's nice to have, and I don't think it has a, like, better counterpart. There are artifacts that do what it does and does more damage, but it still has enough uniqueness that I think it's worth having. Yeah. Twin Blade is nice to have, but we're talking about solo raids, it's outclassed. Alright, what else is there? Norris Snow Globe. See, Norris Snow Globe is an interesting one. So we'll do that, and then we'll, actually, you know, Kamidogu Dagger first, because he got the comment in first. Alright, Kamidogu Dagger. Where are we putting Kamidogu Dagger? It's either nice to have or better alternative. See, Kamidogu Dagger has never been a bad artifact. It just hasn't been a very good artifact. It's like, it's alright. Phantom Zone, better alternatives? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was like confused by what you were saying at first, but I think Kamidogu is nice. Kamidogu Dagger is nice to have, and it's fun because of the, like, damage boost, but most of the time that damage boost isn't going to be relevant, and the fact that it doesn't synergize with, actually... So, here's the thing, right? The reason Kamidogu Dagger gets wiped by Moonblade for Batwoman the Drown is Batwoman the Drown can keep her damage buff after you do, like, tag out. If you use Kamidogu Dagger with Batwoman the Drown, she has to be in the fight the whole time. Because if you tag her out and get hit once, all that combo's gone. If you do a special, all that combo's gone. So, it's nice to have, it's fun to use, but meh. Look at how all the free-to-play artifacts are not above B tier. They're washed. Yeah, better alternatives, yeah, it gets mogged, so it's nice to have, but it's fallen in between here. I think you're right. It's unique mechanically from what I remember, but the fact is, it gets mogged. It gets completely mogged by Moonblade. Yeah, like, it would be A or S if you could actually retain it, or if, like, it could carry over to teammates. Projector's going into better alternatives. Beta Club wipes the floor with it. Farron Knife cooks it. It's not all that great, and it's inconvenient to use. So, Norris Snow Globe. Got me another interesting one. Where do we put Norris Snow Globe? I think nice to have. Again, it's always been a very solid artifact. 200% damage buff. You can heal. If we were talking invasions, again, S tier. But, solo raids. So, B tier. 200% damage buff is nice to have. I think there's things that will just help you do more damage. Maybe instead of it nice to have, make an invasions PvT tier. No, because I'm going to do another invasions tier list. So these are just, like, nice to have if you want to mess around, or, like, you know, you run into a specific situation where, like, let's say you use DC Universe Superman and you want to use Twin Blade like Raid and Raven. They're fine, but yeah. Norris Snow Globe, Def C after Heroic 3, no use. Like, the major thing is the, like, King thing where you can have a bunch of, like, clones. It's either here. Look, because the 200% damage buff is nice, but you get so much more damage from other things. The healing is nice, though. It can be useful to keep a character that you know is going to die alive if you don't have gears. I'm going to put it in nice to have. It's niche, and it's not something you should go out of your way to get. But I feel like it's nice to have. And it does have, like, uses. Niche ones, but not completely useless. Like, God Killer's almost completely useless, unless you just run out of things to disable block with. I feel like we're gonna, like, talk about a lot of the free-to-play artifacts, because that's the ones people are most familiar with. So I'll go grab those. Alright. What ones haven't I touched yet? I know we still have to... Alright, let's just throw this one in, like, trash. This shit useless. Ain't no question about it. This shit... Absolute garbage. Terrible. Crown is Estin. No. It's one of these two. It's nice to have or better alternative. It's not all that great. Yeah, but Puppet's ass. And I think Catchy Hook also does the same thing. Like, alright, ass is unfair. But honestly, Crown gets outperformed by Amulet. Like, Crown is nice for chaining specials and it's fun to use, but for the longest time, Crown was kind of basically budget gemstone, but they are now the same amount of investment. 3 keys. Crown is... it's alright. It's either... I think there are just better alternatives. It's a good artifact, but it's just outclassed. Amulet, and if the moment that you pair Amulet and incoming damage together, like, it's just going to outperform Crown, even as a Vault 1 artifact. I cannot, in good faith, put Crown at a higher tier due to how much investment it is for the fact that it gets outperformed and even comparably performed to Amulet. Like, I used Amulet versus Crown 1v1, Crown 1. I threw a Lasso on there, Amulet 1. They're, like, comparable, and Vault 1, Vault 3, A tier, S tier. So, it's either B or C. DMC is nice to have. Yeah. DMC is 100% A tier. Nice to have. Still solid. I'm thinking. Because most of them actually fall between like 2 categories, in my opinion. I shall put Crown in better alternative. Because I think the gemstone damage buff... Oh, actually, another thing we should talk about with Crown is a damage buff. So many things give damage buffs. Killer Frost, Zatanna, Girl of Steel. You have a bunch of artifacts that give you a damage buff. Classic Flash gives you a damage buff. DC Universe Superman gives you a damage buff. There's a lot of artifacts that give you incoming damage, and incoming damage is stronger, but there's just so much stuff that gives you a damage buff. I think I'm going to say stick Crown into better alternative. Aura Metal cards. If I can find them. Alright. We're looking at A or B, I think. Gemstone. I can't in good faith. How is Crown a budget gemstone? Gemstone is... But the problem is... Yeah, no. Incoming damage is just stronger. My like, the thing I was saying for a longest time was... Gemstone and Crown function very similarly because you basically just cycle through specials. But Gemstone's incoming damage puts it so many leagues ahead of Crown because incoming damage is just stupidly overpowered. So, if you're running a character that does special spams, are you running Crown or are you running, like, Gemstone? Considering the fact it takes 3 keys, like, you have to get to Vault 3 for either Crown or Gemstone. Which one are you going for? I'm feeling either A or B. It's not... Crown want to say B naturally, but crit immune fights make me want to say A for DMC. I think Crown's just outclassed. Though I will say the power refund for special chaining is nice, so I might actually move it up to B. Low B, like high C. Dark Metal cards is B or A. It follows you around, guarantees crits. My biggest argument against Dark Metal cards is the fact that Dark Metal cards, its one big thing is bypassing crit. You're probably not fighting 1 or 2 crit immune bosses a day. DC Universe Superman can bypass crit immunity, and Robin King is bypassing crit immunity. 2 of the most common teams in the game. However, extra crit damage is never a bad thing. Guaranteed crits are never a bad thing. And I think, just as an artifact as a whole, nice to have, but also, I don't think there's anything that really does its job better. So I will put it in A, I feel. Crown is pretty relative to Moonblade now after its buffs, I can agree. I understand now. You mean it's budget gemstone? Yeah. Basically, it's not budget in the way that it acts the same. Like, Fahrenheit and Beta Club, right? Kind of different setups. Same idea. Dot damage. Beta Club and Catchy Hook, probably 2 most comparable ones. Beta Club, you have to jump to activate it. Catchy Hook, you tag in. But you do less damage, but you stun the opponent. So those are like very comparable in terms of how they work. I'm saying Crown is kind of similar to Gemstone in the way that you would use characters who kind of act the same way to play them. And Gemstone is going to outperform Crown. But, yeah, I know it's going to be a hot take, but Gemstone's A tier in my opinion. It is... There's a lot going against it now, specifically the fact that you think 400% incoming damage is the end of the world, until you actually play with it and you realize you can't keep it up for more than like 5 seconds. Lasso is more convenient, easier to get to, and everything that you can do with Gemstone, you can do with Lasso, and you can do more, with less investment. That's why Gemstone's going in this tier, alright? And there are cases where, yes, Gemstone is better, like Scorpion, Fury of the God Shazam, Orm, who, they are Gemstone users who are themselves damage dealers, but the amount of damage that you need to actually one-shot, you will get with Lasso. Like, tag in, apply Lasso, like triple X damage or 2X damage, whatever you want to call it, and Crown for a damage buff, Moonblade for a damage buff, all these other things. You're going to do so much with it. And I just think that it's A tier. Don't say Gemstone is A to Death Void. I mean, it should be A tier considering how much the guy loses it. I'm kidding for the most part. But yeah, like, the fact that it's hard to keep up, I think just puts Lasso over the edge. You mean Harpoon? Yes, my bad. Harpoon, yes. Alright, what are we doing? Are there any, like, relevant artifacts to still talk about? Because a lot of them are just going to go into, like, useless. Are there any free-to-play artifacts we haven't talked about yet? Alright, so, Warsuit is nice to have. I think we're pretty nice to have. It's a Vault 4 artifact, but I don't know if I can say better alternative, because I don't think Speed Force Battery is actually a better alternative. Yeah, Gemstone is, like, goated. Yeah, I was arguing that it should be high A, low S, but how else am I going to get views, dog? Yeah, Warsuit got a bump because of Robin. Yeah, that's really it. I don't know, it's weird, right? Because if we're talking about solo raids, what is this thing even going to do? Its use is so niche. The reason you have it is threat. You know, right? So, I don't know. Like, what are you guys feeling? I don't know. It's nice to have. For sure, it's nice to have to boost threat. But if we're talking about how it actually performs and how useful it is in terms of solo raids, meh. But yeah, I think Gemstone just has better alternatives. And for the amount of investment you're giving it, I think Lasso outclasses it. It's still solid. And it's just, I don't want to put everything in S tier. And they're like, oh, you know, just because one thing's in S tier doesn't mean something else can't be. But I'm using the argument of finite resources and having to choose your investments. And I think as it stands, you're probably going to get more out of investing in Lasso than you are Gemstone. So that's my case. Artifact ranking, yes. How are we feeling about, for solo raid specifically? Because I don't play invasions. I'm not qualified to talk about that. Will 2 Lasso stacks? I haven't tested that, but from what I've heard, yes. I'm going to put Warsuit nice to have, because I don't really think there's anything that does its job like it. I know that, what's it called? I know that, what's the name of the other effect? I know that the Speed Force Battery gives you tenacity, but I don't think it's as convenient as Warsuit, so I can't really say it does Warsuit's job better. Champions Arena sucks. Yeah, nobody plays Champions Arena. And why are the Chaos artifacts so bad? They were one of the first sets of artifacts, and it's been like half a decade since they were touched. Alright. Oh. Yes? Yeah, this is a solo raid tier list, so Warsuit is trash, yeah. Yeah. Like, look. Alright, you know what? Alright, new tier, alright? It's not trash. It's just, they might be useful every now and then. Like, you know, maybe useful, maybe not. They might have one niche use. They might not. They're not completely trash. But they're like useless enough to the point that you're never really going to use them. Alright, let's see. Father Box. I don't know. I don't play with Father Box. In solo raids, I don't... Is it actually any useful in solo raids, Devo? I have no clue. And I think it might help you survive. Where's the Father Box? I can't find it. I suck at this. Oh, there it is. There you go. Niche uses? Nah. I'm a lot of things, but Brevity, never one of my skills. I think it's fine. Like, it's not a good artifact for solo raids. It's like, yeah, solo raid tier. I think it's alright for invasions, but this is a solo raid tier list. In that case, I think it helps you heal a little bit. You can do an infinite combo. It might be useful to help you survive. But again, Vault 3 artifact, not completely useless, but it's just not really something you go after, not something you invest in. The Junkerized Batarangs. I think nice to have, right? Devo, Catchy Hook and B tier, right move. Harpoon isn't better alternatives. Probably. It works. But again, Beta Club is better. I think Harpoon's in Vault 2 versus, like, the Hook's Vault... Beta Club's Vault 3, though. I don't know. It works as a budget Beta Club, I think. Where is it? I can't even find it. Chat, trust me, I'm smart. Yeah, I have no idea where that thing is. Entropy Agus is goated. I'm on Heroic 6. Yeah, I mean, I'll get to... I threw away so many pips doing stupid things. But yeah, I'll get to Heroic 7. Where on earth is it? I can't find it. Where's the hook? Not the hook. The harpoon. Chat, I actually can't find it. I'm not trolling. Well, I'm blind. Is it not here? You're making a video? Yeah, this. I'm just gonna turn it into a video. Like, this section of the stream is gonna be turned into a video, so people can hear why I don't think Gemstone is S tier and complain. Engineer Trinity Rings. Oh, there it is. All right. I'm probably gonna go B tier. Like, Devo's right, there are better alternatives, but it's also Vault, like, 2 versus Beta Club or Fahrenheit's Vault 3. And you're gonna probably get it on the way to Lasso, too, so I think it's a nice to have. Juggerized Batarangs, I think, are fun, but... I mean, look, I think it gets wiped by Fahrenheit. I mean, look, Juggerized Batarangs can make characters viable. Actually, I think it's here. It can make characters viable, but a lot of the characters that are made viable with Jokerized Batarangs become absolute monsters with Fahrenheit. It's above the amulet attack? Yeah. Right under. Oh. Those fast attack hits are nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put it in C for now, and then people can complain, and we'll revisit at the end, see if anything needs to change. Alright, what else is there that's actually relevant to talk about? Well, this is bugged, but I think it prevents super move damage, which, hey, maybe it's nice to have, useful in some cases, but I know it's bugged, so until it gets fixed, I can't say anything about that. Well, actually, I feel like, let's clean up the list a little bit. We'll just put all the amulets in absolute garbage. We'll put all blades in absolute garbage. It's not worth killing yourself over. There are things that give you damage buffs that don't hurt you. we'll put the regen matrix in. Hey, look, if you need to survive, that's nice to have. And I guess if you don't have anything for EPI and you want a stun chain, I guess the, what's it called? Claw of Horus is a good alternative. Anti-living scenes as the same place as Nora Snow Globe? Yeah, but Anti-living seeds has a tendency to crash your game. So, I hate it. For that reason, particularly. I think Helmet, though, that's one that I've been wanting to talk about. I think Helmet just has better alternatives. Like, there's no difference between Helmet and Moonblade. And these two are the same investment. And I think Moonblade's just better. And Moonblade itself is not that great of an artifact. It's good to have. It's very useful. But it's not crazy. Not game-breaking. Alright, what else do we have to talk about? Are there any relevant artifacts? Like, Amulet of Shinnok is nice to have, but, like, it's Vault 4 and it's not going to do much in solo raids, so I think it's going to go here. Harpoon is in Vault 3, is it? I have to check that. I thought it was Vault 2. If it's Vault 3, that's shit ass. What about the Scythe? Oh, nobody touches the Scythe. That thing's also ass. Alright, wait, hold on. I can't even check it. This is incredible. I can't even go into the previous vaults to see it. Was it Vault 3? Is Harpoon Vault 3? Can someone confirm that? Where is Scythe? It might be the last free-to-play artifact I haven't talked about. Oh, here it is. If you have it, use it, but it's not great. I'm nasally, too. It is. Amulet of Hath gives the whole team damage. Yeah, it does. That's nice, but is it crazy? Harpoon is Vault 3. Okay, because if it's Vault 3, then there's better alternatives. Same amount of investment to get Beta Club and Farron Knife. So in that case, it's going like here. Phantom Sun Projector is also kind of weird because it's Vault 1. Beta Club completely outclasses it because it can't double dip. It doesn't get crit damage boost. I don't think it synergizes with various like other physical values. Well, I don't know. Alright. Amulet of Haspoon. Nice to have. It's a Vault 4 artifact, alright? It is so much investment for something that is kind of useful. It's like, throw it on the Raven Constantine team. It will be really good. How often are you actually going to be using it, though? Crime Alley Gun is bugged. Alright, we'll throw that in the bug tier. If I can find it, it was right here. Yeah. We'll throw that in bug. Yeah, Batarangs makes the... Look, there are better alternatives, and it also makes the game laggy. Alright, what else is there to... Are any of these artifacts actually even relevant for solo raids? Treadmills is nice to have, I guess. Again, I think there's just better alternatives. It can be fun, but man, it takes forever to actually finish a fight with that artifact, and it functions kind of similarly to Farron Knife in my opinion, where swipe, 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 do a bunch of damage, bam, right? And also, it can't synergize because you get like, look, Farron Knife, Lasso. You can tag in and do the Lasso stuff. You can only do the incoming damage in the flash time, and you can't tag it out to synergize it with like a Dark Metal cards have a crit zone. I think for the investment and for the fact it's just outclassed, if we are going off how much of a good investment it is for solo raids, I'm gonna put it into better alternatives if I can find the damn thing. Yeah, it's nice to have, but meh. Kryptonite Spear. I don't even remember what the thing does. Nice to, I mean, look, if this is really like, if you have nothing better by some divine miracle, like divine curse, I guess, bro. Alright, what else is there? Is there anything else that's actually interesting to rate? This can go into nice to have, I think. It's unique mechanically. And it can help you survive. Well, 3. I don't, like, the damage that you're getting isn't all that great. I've seen you, like, you can do, like, 200 mil with, like, full gemstone stacks. But, like, meh. It's not bad, by no means. Just kind of underwhelming. Meh. But it's nice to have. Let's see. Trinity Rings is only good on, like, Batman the Drown. Yeah. I've used it. I think I can only one-shot on Batman the Drown, so... I think overall, like, it just falls into better alternative. Like, there's just better alternatives. You have so many options for Batman the Drown at this point. I don't think you really need Trinity Rings. It's good for Batwoman the Drown, but I think there's artifacts that are more versatile across the board. I'm confused between Talisman and Magic Wand. No clue. Don't even know what they do. Let's see. Spear of Destiny is so... It's so trash. And it has so much aura. Yeah, nobody can choose from that. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. I mean, I do know what that does. Meh. 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 Look, this is solo raids. If we were talking about League Invasion defenses, yeah, Astro Armors would be higher. But, like, that's such a niche use case. Most of the Kryptonite artifacts are just useless. Want to get them give us dot? No clue. Cog of Mageddon is actually interesting. I think it's nice to have. It's weird because it lets you interrupt specials, but interrupting specials isn't something you're supposed to do. So the game kind of interacts with it weirdly and reads it incorrectly, so sometimes they will snap into a block when they shouldn't be able to. I'm going to put it in nice to have, because interrupting specials is a good thing. Entropy Agus. Meh. Like, look, the damage cap is nice to have, I guess. Actually. It's Vault 1, though. That's the one, like, thing I'm gonna give it. It's a Vault 1 artifact. If you need help surviving, if you want to tank a super move or tank a couple specials, I think it's fine. It's nice to have it. It's not that great. But it's not bad, I don't think. And considering the fact it is Vault 1, I do think it's nice to have. Well, that's ass. I don't actually know if that does anything. I don't think that does anything. I literally don't know if that does anything. Infernal Guitar force tags out the enemy, but we're talking about solo raids, so that's never going to do anything. Is anyone disagreeing with my choices? Soul Crystal, I mean, look, again, incredibly annoying in, like, League Invasions. But if we're talking about, like, solo raids, if you have them, yeah, I guess you can use them to survive. If you really need survivability, but I think it's just better to actually finish the fight. Yeah, Tongue is what Spear of Destiny should have been. So much aura in that artifact, and they fumbled it. The Talisman of... Does anyone even know what the Talisman of Atlantis does? Kondak Royal Cape. Ooh. Wrong thing. Click the wrong thing. Accidentally pressed my mouse button. Alright, did I do something? Where did I put that? Yeah, I mean, look. I think it gives you, like, fast attack damage, but there's just better options. If you don't have anything else, I guess you can use it. And I think there's, like, some kind of shield, so the shield can be nice. Statue of the Gods and better alternatives. Devo, how do we feel about, like, the Royal Cape being in, well, nothing works, well, if nothing works better? It might be nice to have. Or better alternatives. Again, solo raids. I know it's a big thing in Invasions, but meh. Maybe lower, actually. It's not that good. Yeah. In terms of, like, in Invasions, I think it's better. But in terms of solo raids, I don't really think it's doing much. Fast attack damage or like one of the billion other alternatives you can use to do damage. Again, Sharp Tongue's in Vault 1. Amulet's in Vault 1. Oh, this shit ass. Polar Slippers. Nah. I don't actually think any of the Cryo artifacts are good. I literally don't even know what they do, and I don't think they're relevant. I know Polar Slippers in Invasion. Actually, not. I will say Polar Slippers I think can maybe help you against like characters that are annoying whenever you tag in. You might find some use for it against Rule of Conduct Black Adam. Invasions would be higher. I don't play Invasions. Omnilus would be interesting and pretty good if it reset every tag in because it deals percentage health damage on swipe and they have no power. Yeah, but like what is it, like 10% percentage health damage or something like that? I don't know. It's a max of 10% percentage health damage and just throw it as a king special. Just do another fight. It's not all that relevant in my opinion. Alright, let's see. Yeah, 10% max. Dog, I can do 10% in like one swipe. I don't think the Book of Eternity does anything. Like, these artifacts I don't think do anything for solo raids. Crown Battery I don't think does anything. Do you am I missing any relevant artifacts? Or am I okay to just throw the rest of these for the most part into maybe not useful? I think... yeah. Solo raids, right? That con isn't really going to be doing much. And if you're dying in solo raids, that's a skill issue. Kane 1 gives a 300% damage buff, but I am at level 1. I haven't been able to do anything with it, so I don't know. The rest are pretty bad. You know what? For the to play Devil's Advocate, I will put the Magic Wand in. There are better alternatives. Actually, that is a little... There is a better alternative. So, yeah, it's fine as a budget thing. Actually, it might be lower. We'll put it, if not, like, look, it's not bad, right? 300% damage bump is nice, and if you don't have anything else, you can make use of it, but meh. I don't know what that does. This will crash your game. I don't know what this is. I think that might blind the enemy. Who cares? Black Kryptonite. Okay, look. Black Kryptonite is kind of decent. One problem with Black Kryptonite. People say it's budget puppet. It's a Vault 4 artifact. So, can't really be budget puppet. But if you do drop it from Invasions, well, if nothing works better, you do have that. So, what else is there? I don't know what that does. Don't know what that does. I think that gives you more health and maybe a little bit more crit damage. I guess, bro, if you don't have Classic Wonder Woman, you can throw that on. I think it only applies to the wearer. No, whatever. Look, it keeps you alive. Blocks all damage. Unless they hit a lethal. In that case, you're cooked. I had Magic Wand when I started, like 4 months ago. Yeah, like, if you have nothing better, it's fine. But it's just outclassed. And also, like, same amount of investment, I think, as some of the other artifacts. That's not doing anything. I don't actually think that does anything. That doesn't do anything. Look, again, solo raids, maybe they have uses in Invasions, but I'm pretty sure all these are useless. Useless, useless, useless. Goat in Invasions, useless in solo raids. Don't know what that does. Useless. I think this does like some dot damage, I guess, if you have it. I guess that works as well. I think it is some kind of thing that works with Beast Boy. Harley's damage against stun target, Vault 4. Not worth it, right? Not worth the investment. And useless, if you have it, I guess. Useless. Useless Invasion. I mean, in solo raids. This thing's actually kind of annoying to fight in PvP game modes. Kinda-ish. Meh. I don't actually think they're ever going to need tenacity in a solo raid fight. For the most part. There's maybe 1-2 cases. Useless, 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 useless. I think this has some uses. It gives you, like, damage buff for defense, and that can be nice to have. There's a guy on Facebook always complaining about tier lists having half the artifacts in trash. Yeah, no, but that's a problem. It's like, only half of them are useful, and until the rest of them get reworked, it's gonna stay this way, dog. I know you're agreeing with me, Devo. Or I'm agreeing with you. I think it's a little more correct term. But alright. How do we feel about that, Devo? Or the rest of the chat? These are, again, this is solo raids. So, a lot of artifacts that would be higher in invasions, not really going to be high here at all. Because I'm not really going to do much. Actually, no, I feel like Soul Crystal probably should just go in, like... This isn't really F tier, it's just F tier for solo raids specifically. Those things aren't doing much. I really don't like defensive artifacts in solo raids. Because, like, what's the point? Why are we, like, stalling when you have so many things that will help you end the fight instantly? So, half the artifacts in the game are useless, and most of these are the ones that haven't gotten reworked yet. And some of them have, but they just don't have a use in solo raids. That's not their forte. These are bugged, so you can't properly rate them. I mean, if Bastite Mask did actually deflect all super move damage, it'd probably, like, go into here. Yeah, it wouldn't be useful. It's just like, you might use it to tank a couple special. Sword of Superman might actually be, like, here, once it's fixed. Crime Alley Gun, I'm not sure how it's bugged. You just said it was bugged, but I'll take your word for it, because you have no reason to lie. Sword of Salvation, Sword of Sin, they're not bad, but they're kind of just washed. If you have them, use them, but there's just better things in the state of the game now. You know, like, there should be a lot more frequent reworks. It was, like, what? We got our first set of artifact reworks in December, and we didn't get a new set until May? Oh, it's over, bro. It's cooked. So, like, these are artifacts that I think do serve some uses if you have nothing better. I think this can do some hot damage. This can do some special damage. They're not great, but if you have nothing better, they're not bad to have. Actually, Trigon Staff can actually go into maybe not useful. It's a Vault 4 artifact. You can't even drop S-tier artifacts from invasions. So, going right into maybe useful in some cases. This is going to give you a little extra crit damage, but I don't know. Classic Wonder Woman is good because she gives you extra crit damage as being a member of your team. I think this gives you extra crit damage and more health, but you don't get a damage buff. Argument for... In invasions, they would be higher, but solo raids. You're really never going to use anti-living seeds in solo raids, par Batman Ninja Robin, but that's one boss out of, what, 25 bosses. How many solo raids at this point? All 12 solo raids? 300 bosses. No. And Neuron's Knife, Slippers is pretty good. I'm assuming you mean slippers and not, like, sleepers, but in terms of solo raids, I just don't think there's much of a use for them. It's not relevant. In invasions, again, I keep saying in invasions as people come in and out. This is a solo raid tier list. And if we're talking about solo raid tier list, like, most of the artifacts in the game, like, nah. If we were talking about invasions, like, it would look completely different. Farron Knife and Beta Club aren't really great in invasions, so that would be completely different. But yeah. Yeah, against Astro, but again, this is solo raids because I don't play invasions that much. I'm not qualified to talk about it. But yeah, in my opinion, the top 3 artifacts in the game are probably Lasso, Farron Knife, and Beta Club. Maybe. I think, like, again, Gemstone would probably rank higher than Beta Club, but also, Gemstone, I think it has too much going against it for me to put it in S tier, and I know that's going to set some people off. But, yeah, that is going to be my opinion. No, the problem with Hand of Zatanna here is it is Vault 4, meaning most people aren't going to be able to get to it, and the fact that the chain makes the AI act up. So, it's a lot of damage, but the fact that there are inconveniences with it makes it A. I'm trying to look at as many factors as I can, other than, ooh, incoming damage, S tier. Ooh, incoming damage, S tier. I think there's a lot of downsides to Hand that we have to address for me to actually say that, like, I just can't put it in A. Gemstone, I mean, put it in S. And Gemstone, I think it's here, right? I'm going to put it in A, but I wouldn't be mad if someone put it in S, right? And it sucks at low level. Yeah, it takes long to max. It's an S tier artifact. It takes long to get to. It takes long to max. And not to mention, like, the dark metal set is actually pretty good now. So, while you're saving up mats to level up Hand of Zatanna, there's still Sharp Tongue. That's a great thing to level up. Dark metal cards, that's great to have a couple levels up. A little more crit damage, never a bad thing. Catchy Hook, another good thing to have. Like, yeah. Gemstone is a lot of skill based, so yeah. My biggest issues with, like, the only reason I'm putting Gemstone in A is it's not as versatile as Lasso, and someone will say, oh, you know, just because something is in A, like, just because one thing is in S doesn't mean something else can't be in S. But again, finite resources, finite time, and a new player is going to have a finite amount of keys. So what are they going to invest in? Lasso, which is cheaper to get to and easier to use and can pair well with more things, or Gemstone, which they're going to have a harder time to play with. It's S tier if you can play it right. The majority of players, I don't think, can play it right. Again, it feels S tier until you actually use it, and for the majority of people, it's gonna be A tier. And most of the things that you want to do with Gemstone, you'll be able to do with Lasso. Couple exceptions here and there, but for the most part, Lasso will do more than enough for you. But yeah, I will say I think this is my tier list. Some people are probably gonna be upset about it, but I feel like this is this is pretty solid. These are nice to have. They're not bad artifacts, but they're just outclassed by, like, the reworks. These are, if you have them, you can use them, but there's just better alternatives to what you can do in this, like, set. Jokerized Batarangs is fine. Farron Knife, kind of same idea, basic attack hits. But anyone you're going to use with Jokerized Batarangs is going to be way stronger and better performing with Farron Knife. Helmet acts too similarly to Crown and Moonblade, and I think Crown and Moonblade are better. Moonblade and Crown are in the same, like, vein, really, I think. For the most part. Perchance. Warsuit is here because if we're talking about solo reigns, the one case you're going to really use it against is, like, Robin, maybe Collector. I just don't think it's all that great in solo raids again. This is all about solo raid performance. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty happy with this tier list. I think it makes a lot of sense. Some people will probably argue about certain things, but I think, generally speaking, pretty happy with this. How long have I been streaming for? Let me open up my OBS. 2 hours. Yeah. That looks pretty good. I don't really know what to do here. Probably going to make this a video and maybe edit it so it actually, like, you know, doesn't have me just sitting there saying nothing for an extended amount of time. I'm also nasally. But yeah, think that's going to be the stream for today, at least for the morning. It depends on if I actually get around to playing Arkham Knight tonight. I mean, Arkham's Asylum. We're doing it chronologically. Haven't actually been playing the Arkham series. I've just been sitting there being depressed at life. Injustice 1 Nightmare Mode? I said I might, but I'm nasally. And I woke up at like 11, and I'm kind of hungry. Like, do people actually even want like... Alright, I mean, I'll put it up to a vote. Should I call it? Or do I play Injustice 1 Nightmare Mode? Do people even care about Injustice 1? Yeah, no, Lasso will let you do basically everything that you desire. Gemstone might be better in some cases, but for the average player, once they have Lasso, Gemstone isn't going to be all that. I think we'll hop over face. Injustice 1, I'll put it up to a vote. Let's see. Stream. Call it NJ1. There we go. Start poll. I actually don't know how long it's going to take me to get through that mode. Play NJ1. Alright. Why is it looking, why is the poll looking, like, weird to me? Alright, there we go. Oh, great. Alright. Ow, my knees! I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Oh, man. Oh, really gotta stop putting my knees in awful positions. And everybody, fire cheerless for real. Thank you, Devo. Can't wait to upload this to YouTube and then have people complain. Y'all know how it is. That's just how that's how the cookie crumbles. Just eat a banana or something. I might go down and grab a snack. I got my coffee. Alright, so people want me to stream. So, is there an updated character tier list on the channel already? Is there? I don't think I've done a character tier list. I've done star rating and I've done gears. But I haven't just said, oh, character is S tier, character is... Like, I don't do specifically character stuff. Because I always think there's more nuance to it. So I've done, like, what gears you should get, how much you should get your character star rating to. But I don't think I've explicitly done, this character is A, this character is F. Like, etc. Drill sound? Bruh. Alright. So, so we got my boy Nightmare Batman. I mean Gaslight Batman playing Nightmare mode. Oh, actually, I should show you this. Yesterday, I was playing Survivor mode, and I pulled. Where is it? Look what your boy pulled yesterday, eh? Ain't that a W pull? Character and tier list after Supergirl drops, maybe. Yeah, unfortunately, I had the LexCorp helmet, but then the save file reverted because I played on my phone while I was like, you know, what was I doing? I don't remember. Oh, I was going to some doctor's appointment, I think. So I was just while I waited. All right, so we got our boy Multiverse the Flash. We're almost there. Can somebody tell homie, right? I see this guy rank 1 every single time. Somebody tell bro, it's not that deep. But yeah, there we go. We are getting my boy the Flash to Elite 5. Alright. How are we doing the challenge mode, guys? Are we just going to go through level 1, 2 through... Alright. How do you guys want me to play it? You want me to do levels 1 to 5, or y'all want me to do a specific level first? How are we feeling? I used to love this game. You need to be ranked 1. No, bro. No! Then I lost my account. Yeah, the account has a tendency to save file corrupt. So I feel like I'm playing on borrowed time. But, Alright, so, what level, what stage do you guys want me to do? I think bronze is a little boring. So, I also like, alright, like, I'm not gonna lie. I think the gameplay of this game has kind of been, I don't know if ruin's the right word, but, like, it hath become Tantu Totem spam. C3? Like the Silver Outpost? I don't throw a Batman in here. Well, alright, so, chat, so basically, I'm not gonna lie, the entirety of this game has kind of just become this. I'm just gonna show you guys. Welcome to the combat, everybody. So anyway. Yeah, so there's an artifact that refunds your power whenever you KO the opponent. So, that's just kind of the game now. Yeah, I think the roster selection in this game is very good. I really do like the roster selection, and I wish that some of the characters in this game made it over to Injustice 2. Specifically, Jessica. Alright? So, let me see. What characters I actually have here? We need the guy with the bad hairline to come back. I know people like Doomsday. I'm iffy on the guy. I don't really like him. He is a fun video game character to fight. He would be fun to play as. I don't like Doomsday as a character. I'm used to as a kid. I just don't like his, like, big monster gets stronger. As I've grown up, I'm kind of become an elitist, where I like things that have rich narratives. Would like Ares to come back. I think that would be fun. Jess needs to come back. I use the knives for area damage. Yeah. I don't have the LexCorp gauntlets. The LexCorp set always is the one that avoids me. There. Swipe minigame. I was gonna sit here and chat. I don't really know what to do. There we go. I think I might have to use some energy recharges to actually beat this game. I could watch an ad, but like, I kind of don't want to watch an ad. I always do like 3 first. I mean, 2 first, and then usually 4, just because like, I don't know. I do like the. I like the restriction, right? I like it's bronze and silver. It makes you use your other characters. Hey, Injustice 2. I think if we're going to do a Heroic 10, I would like to see more restrictions. I think a Lanterns only would be fun. A female characters only. A Justice League Dark team member must be on your team. Stuff like that makes it a little more challenging. Makes you actually think. Pardon LexCorp for this. The LexCorp, yeah. The LexCorp set is crazy, dude. It's so much better across the board than the other things. Unfortunately, the combat of this game is really just tap, tap, swipe. And you can't move backwards, you can't dodge. It's all just mini games for the specials. I was talking to one of my mods, and he was like, I kind of prefer the gameplay in Injustice 1 because of the mini games and the interactiveness of it. And I went, you know, I feel like it would be better. I think it'd be interesting if they combined it where you have the movement and like the backing off and the jumping of Injustice 2. But you have, like, the mini-games of Injustice 1 for the specials. I think that'd be fun. As I don't really like how you could literally just press special, and then you get to do a special. And then nothing happens. There's no damage mod. There's nothing that punishes you for slacking off. I do think the combat would be more interactive in that case. I'm so nasally. It always happens when I start talking. Whenever I talk a lot, my nose, I don't know. It might be the jaw surgery. Damn, underbite. There's an overbite. Under, I think. My top jaw was it. Blood really thought, bro. He really thought. So anyway, this is kind of just become the game. The moment you get taught to Totem, you just kind of win. It's, man. What a world we live in, boys. What a world we live in. I don't know. The game is, it's weird. It's like, I like the character selection. I do have fun with some of the gear setups. I do like that you can have a bunch of setups. Blue what? Blue thought what, though? What? Who is Blue thought what? Did I say something? I'm confused. I'm just confused about the statement. We'll end the poll, because there's a clear winner. Alright, wow. Blood thought what? Oh, as in, you didn't get it here, I'm assuming an ad. But, yeah. So, one of my mods, he was just like, you know, I prefer the combat of Injustice 1, because he was like, you know, I liked how the specials were interactive. He's like, maybe a hot take. And I went, yeah, but the rest of the game is just so ass, because it's literally just hold block, and you can't move forward, you can't move backwards, all you can do is block and hit. And I was saying, you know, maybe we could combine the two. Have the movement of Injustice 2, where you actually have to, like, block and combo interrupt, and, like, move back and swipe down, but have the, like, mini-games of the Injustice 1 special. Might be a bit much, but, yeah. I mean, whenever you do a special, it goes into a different animation anyway, so. Man, this AI is annoying. Flash Ring is so much fun, though. I love nuking them in Arena and having 3 mimes. Yeah, I mean, it's nice in Arena, but I just don't think it's not worth the investment, in my opinion. In Arena, it's great, but in Invasions, it's a little weird, because the phase thing can be a little clunky. And there's just better options in solo raids. I will say, I really enjoyed the, what's it called? The Flash Ring plus Harpoon setup in Arena. It's very funny to just, like, sit there and then let the opponent try to kill me. And then Flash Ring tags me out, saves me, Harpoon comes in, they take a bunch of dot damage, and then I one-tap them. It's like actually bullying the AI. Probably my favorite setup for that. Great. Chaos is a pain even in this game mode. Alright. Yep. Just let him take me out there. Alright, there we go. Who's the... There it is. Alright. We're on Frost. What's the time when I die and it tags and harpoon user the game freezes? It's another realm for you. What do we expect? Oh, yeah. Yo, Cass has so much aura, guys. Her aura is unmatched. Also, can we have Hawkgirl in Injustice 2? Bro, they disrespected my girl, bro. They literally just gave Hawkman her super move, bro. Crazy disrespect. 3 harpoons. Cass's fashion. Yeah, no, her attack pattern is the most ridiculous thing in this game. Like, she's insane, dog. Frost with that unblockable special, too, though. That was crazy back in the day. Still very good. I should tag her in. So yeah, the game has just become, like, special spam, basically. This game is just one big puppet. Except that at least you actually interact with it. I wonder if Puppet's gameplay would be more engaging if you actually had to interact with the specials. Oh, look at that. Now look at this attack pattern, dog. Like, it's ridiculous. They're never gonna win a 50-50, dog. Like, look at this! She's ridiculous, dude. Fortunately, I missed out on Necron Scythe. I always missed Cloak of Destiny as a kid. I was just like, oh, you know, I should get it. And then I just was too lazy to get it. And then I missed Necron Scythe because I was busy at uni that week. And I put it off, and then on the last day, I was like, ah, crap. I'm out of time here. Yo, guys, we need to add Suicide Squad, the Joker. The best Joker. What were they doing, bro? Clock ain't that great, just get Necron. Does the clock do anything? I don't remember. Yeah. I'm gonna do these fights with Frost, and then I'm gonna probably do Outpost 3. It's Battle 3? Match 3? I don't know what it's called. No, I actually have to tag in and out. This sucks. Alright, a little bug here. It's like I have enough power to do a special, but it won't let me. Yeah, okay. There we go. So that's why the Joker is okay, but Unhinged is trash. Yeah. I remember, like, getting him. I'm pretty sure I got him whenever his first arena season was, like, multiplayer season was available. And I was like, he is so ass. I think I got, what's his name when he was first released too? Blackest Night Superman. But yeah, he was rough, man. I never got Dawn of Justice Batman. I could never pack the guy. So salty, bro. And my goofy ass wasn't doing the not survive the airport mode glitch. Yeah, Blackest Night. Homie is rough, bro. Homie is rough. You'd think he'd be better, but Homie is rough. Now, Blackest Night Batman. Now how do you build support Flash? Which Flash? Classic? CL Flash? Like Classic Flash? So the airport mode glitch was basically you would hop between 2 accounts, and basically, if you have 2 accounts, it takes a while for the game to basically sync up the data. So let's say you open a pack on one account and then go onto your other device. the character that you just opened, like the character you just got from that pack, hasn't registered on the second device yet, basically. Or something like that. And you would go into airplane mode, and basically you would just re-roll the pack as many times as you wanted to. And because you were on airplane mode and weren't on internet, it wouldn't basically save what you got. And you would just keep re-rolling over and over again until you actually did get what you wanted. And then you would connect back to the internet so that the game would save that. So you could infinite re-roll credits, basically. Like, you could infinitely re-roll it and revert it to before you bought the pack until you actually got what you wanted from the pack, essentially. Classic Flash doesn't need to be built unless you're running him as a damage dealer. I need to blow my nose again. Is there something for multiplayer to get infinite copies? That was back in the day. I abused that glitch on Flashpoint Aquaman, and basically, I used to have an account that basically I glitched the hell out of, and then the save file corrupted. But yeah, like, you would basically, by not claiming the rewards, you could like go out and just infinitely cycle claim the rewards, and you would like get hundreds of the character. And then, like, you would just keep doing that. And it was in the game for a while. Just upgraded him, put on him. Well, you don't really need his gears. If you want to use him as a damage dealer, I guess crit damage, crit chance, he gives himself max fast attack chance. So you don't need fast attack chance on him unless you just want more threat. What the hell just happened there? Can you still do it? No, that was years ago. Years ago. Alright. Injustice 2 Superman, we meet again. I think we're gonna run Bro, and then Bro, and then I think Bro. Seems like a good team. You would have to delete the whole app though if you didn't get what you wanted. Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't play MK. And someone asked me, hey, are you ever going to play Mortal Kombat? And I went, I don't care about Mortal Kombat. So, no. Because if I don't care about something, I'm not going to play it. Because I'm going to, like, it's going to be phoned in, and you can tell I'm not interested. So, not going to happen. I just don't have interest. Watch them add, like, a Supergirl character, and then I'm cooked. They won't. If they didn't add a Superman character, they're not adding Car. I'll also play Injustice 1. I'll just watch a stream on TV. Yeah, there's people that watch me on the TV. It's crazy. Right. The idea that I am on someone's TV, I don't know, man. It's always kind of like, really? Me? This bozo? This goofball? Alright, come on. This isn't my main carry for Silver Mode, though. Flash is, but I'm saving Flash. Normally I would just watch ads and then do it all in one sitting, but whenever I'm on stream, I don't want to bombard you with ads. YouTube already does that. Let's go. There you go. My aim's on point today, actually. When you say you're falling off, but the truth is you ain't. I mean, like, yes and no. And, like, when I say fall off, it really just means I'm getting less views than I was at the peak of the update. And that's not really falling off. That's really just a matter of people were interested because new update. But now we've done videos on the new update content. So, like, yes, my views are going down. There's just less interest in the game. It's not me really falling off. I just, like, say fall off as a joke. But, like, comparative to, like, everyone else making Injustice 2 mobile content, the views are down across the board. Deathvoid hasn't uploaded in, like, 10 plus days. I haven't uploaded in a week because there's nothing to really talk about. Sigvald does a couple videos here and there, but even then, his views compared to mine, like, it's not, like, he's a bigger channel than me, but, like, it's not insane the difference. So, like, there's just less interest in the game as a whole, and despite the less interest, the channel isn't like, I haven't gone from like, 1,000 views on a video to 200, and YouTube has killed the channel completely. It's just really just, I was punching way out of my weight class because of the new update, and people tuned into my channel to see the new content, which is great because that means that like I have kind of established myself as someone that people kind of go to whenever new stuff's there. It just really is. We're not going to see a lot of new stuff for a while because that's just the nature of the game. And unfortunately, I feel like the game's days are numbered. It's incredible the game survived this long, but if what I have seen is indicative of anything, we are in for some dark days. So, man, you see, when is the next update? I'm sorry, I read your comment. I know I've already been talking about your comment. But, my guess would be, we should say, next update is June 24th. That's the date they gave us for the Supergirl update. So, June 24th. Yeah, come on, bro, block. Elseworlds The Flash, bro looks really cool. Man sucks. No stats, trash passive. Man is washed. Yeah, for the movie. Which, I hope it's going to be good. Like, the comic's very good. I love the comic. Let me tell you about the artist curse, right? As an artist, I like things that aren't super popular. Guess what? If something ain't popular, people don't make movies about it, right? Because how do you really interest the general audience into some niche character? You don't. It's why Spider-Man gets so much media. It's why Batman gets so much media. Because they sell. They make money. And as a corporation, you keep investing in that asset. I legit went through every time on how much creators make money. So for my favorite YouTubers, I watch ads for 30 seconds, click on the ad because they get the ad revenue, and watch on 1x, not 2x. Homie is actually just watching the ads to support people. That's crazy. Incredible, man. That's really generous of you. What we're seeing, she's going to be an absolute menace. Like, she is going to be ridiculous. So, there's that. What are we talking about? But yeah, what is it? So, here's the artist curse, right? I, as a person, I know this is a controversial opinion, I'm not really a Spider-Man fan. Because I just didn't connect to him. Like, as a kid, I just wasn't interested. So I didn't, grow up with him being a childhood hero. So I don't connect to him. My personal, lack of enjoyment of the character is just a personal taste thing. But my resentment of him is the fact that because he is so popular, he has kind of become franchised. I don't hate Spider-Man as a character. I don't have anything negative against Spider-Man as a character. If you're being objective, he's one of the greatest characters of all time. Him and Batman. But as a fan, I kind of resent things that become franchised because they become franchised because they make money. And because they make money, people make more stuff of him. It's why you've got so many Batman films and so many Spider-Man films. Because they just sell. And yes, I understand, if you are a business, you are going to put more money into the thing that makes money back. But as someone who is a fan of niche characters and as a fan of the medium, it sucks because all the characters that you like and you think are cool and are niche never gonna get that same kind of investment. They're never gonna get those same kind of projects. And so that sucks. It's kind of just a byproduct of being an artist, right? You're gonna make the things that you want to make and enjoy the things that you're gonna want to enjoy. But at some point, if you want to make a career out of being an artist, you have to make art for what the general audience wants. You can't make it for yourself all the time. You can have a balance. You can strike a balance between things that are, that you enjoy and things that are made for a mass market. But at the end of the day, your job as a creative depends on that bottom line. Seems like the Supergirl movie will underperform. I don't know, right? There's a lot of discourse on it. A lot of the discourse, I think, is undeserved. The bigger issue is, this is probably one of DC's bigger risks, because 2 back-to-back Kryptonian movies is kind of insane. And Supergirl's a niche character. She's my favorite character, and if you are a writer or care about narrative richness, she'd be on the top of your list too. One of the most fascinating characters that you can do so much with that backstory, but she's never going to get the same amount of investment or interest that a Superman or a Batman or a Spider-Man is going to get, because those are just bigger name characters. She is in a very weird spot because she will always be a little bit popular because she is Superman's cousin, but she will never really fully be recognized as her own character because of that inherent tide. She is the cousin of the grandfather of all superheroes, basically. That's kind of a weird position to be in. Are any of the Ancient Judgment artifacts good, or should I go for Utility Belt and Sword of Superman? Sword of Superman is bugged. I don't think Utility Belt does anything. Amulet of Anubis in Vault 1 is good, though. See, that's the curse, right? That's the artist's curse. The things that you love, those niche things that you attach to, reality is other people just don't attach to that, right? Most people just want to see the big name character, or like the title character. And it sucks. And I hate it. And I resent it. But there's nothing to do about it. So hopefully that tangent doesn't... Alright, does that tangent even make sense? Like, Beta Club and Sharp Tongue Monster? Yeah, for DC Universe Supergirl, yeah. It just sucks. It really does. More so like, alright, the discourse around Supergirl as, like, Millie Alcock and the film, so stupid, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad film because she's not pretty enough. Number one, doesn't matter how attractive a character is or a person is. It's not indicative of a good movie. Second of all, who gave us the right to judge that? I'll quote Captain Turtle. You know, people are just too comfortable making remarks about other people's looks on the internet because they can hide behind a screen. Fluckmo. I don't know, man. It's iffy. Do I think the movie is going to... I don't know what we mean by underperform. Because, like, it's a Supergirl movie, and she is a niche character. Kind of bold to go for a niche character as the second movie. Really hope it does well, but... I wouldn't bet on it, unfortunately. Of course, like, people are just like, oh, you know, where's the Batman movie? Because he's Batman. Everybody likes Batman. I like Batman. I hate the franchising of characters, though. Because when something becomes a franchise, it's going to be milked to death for money. And the more people buy it, the more it's going to get milked. That's why Harley Quinn got so popular for a while. They were really trying to make her a thing. Didn't work. So, now she's not all over the place anymore. So that's the show, though. Above 500 mil is good. Yeah, I think that would be very good for a character who is kind of incredibly niche. As long as it makes profit and does well, I'm happy for it. But it's unfortunate. It's like, a lot of people will just say, oh, you know, Edgy's a gooner. So, of course Supergirl's his favorite character. But I have narrative reasons about why I love Kara as a character from a writing standpoint. And my ass is too lazy to make a video on it. It would be on a separate channel. But it's just like, this character that I find so fascinating, so interesting, has such an incredible ability to tell a compelling story. People aren't going to give it a chance because, oh, she's not pretty enough. Oh, Snyderverse was better. Oh, this, that, the other thing. Oh, Millie Alcock is attacking Christians. She didn't even do that, by the way. Such a stupid argument. I don't know, man. I want the movie to do well. And from everything I've seen, Millie seems awesome. So, hope that does... Thank you! Thank you for not letting me tag out. It's fine. We have room for error. I'm going to have to... I was just like, oh, you know, we're going to probably, like, have the health swap anyway, but I was just banking on the fact I could tag out, tank a special, and come back in. Oh, come on. Okay, got rid of her. I hate the AI priority. It's been happening forever. Yeah, DC fan needs all the wins we can get. Yeah, for real, but we're too busy going, like, I don't know. I'm not actually sure, alright? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of discourse, and I don't know if it's just the Snyderverse being a vocal minority, or there's a lot of discourse about the movie that is kind of just not doing anything. It's like, look, I will say, I think that the marketing of Supergirl has been kind of lackluster. We're in the last month now. I really need to start seeing that big push. Like, that is just a critique, right? That's a critique of how they're handling the marketing. I have always been one for constructive criticism, but a lot of it is not constructive criticism. It's just people throwing bullshit out there for the sake of throwing bullshit out there. Doesn't help anyone. Also, yeah, so this is a smaller audience, so I can talk about this here, but I feel that we are probably going to see some dark days ahead. So recently, there has been a rise in the black market of Injustice 2 Mobile. And if you guys are familiar with black markets, you'll know that Injustice 1 is a very easy game to hack, and the prices in-game suck. So people buy things on the black market, and then the game doesn't make as much revenue. And if a game doesn't make a bunch of revenue, guess what? Gets caught. Support out the window. And from what I've been hearing from the grapevine, there has been an increase in black market purchases because of how bad the in-game pricing is. Which means, if the increase in black market purchases continue, that means revenue goes down, and this game, Injustice 2 Mobile, I should say, gets. So, it's kind of contributing to the killing of the game. And I'm not being subjective. I got a comment like way back when where I was talking about Mirza, and I was like, you know, black markets are harmful to the game because they draw revenue away from the game. And someone said, oh, you're being too subjective. I don't think there's anything subjective in saying black market means revenue goes away from the game. And if a game doesn't make revenue, you know how cutthroat the gaming industry is now? It's cooked. You don't understand. Injustice 2 Mobile was this close to dying. No, like, people buying, like, third-party gems and whatnot for ridiculous prices and ridiculous amounts, which will contribute to the inflation of, like, 200 mil threat accounts, and then is basically going to break the game's economy, and then invasions will all just be hackers, and nobody's going to play this game anymore. I'm not really a Marvel fan. I don't connect with the universe. But yeah, like, buying keys, buying artifacts, buying millions of gems. And if it continues and the black market increases, when they not get banned, NetherRealm's not doing anything, dog. And until they do, we are looking at some very dark days ahead. This game was on life support. I will have you know. If Solo Raid Premium wasn't a success, I'm going to let him hit me here because I get more power if he hits me. Oh, great. If Solo Raid Premium wasn't a success, then this game would have died. They would have cut it. It was one update away from actually just getting pulled off life support. And just when we seemed like we might have escaped the jaws of defeat, this increases. I think game stops making revenue. Updates are too infrequent. Devs aren't really doing much against hackers. Game stops making money. No more game. So, I want to make a video on it, but I don't want to draw attention to it. So, I don't think I will. I'm going to talk about it on stream, because stream is a smaller audience, and I can talk about certain things. Imagine if Edgy was an LexCorp Nepo, baby. You know I'd never beat the streamer allegations then. I'm already not beating them, But if I look, that's my one defense against the streamer luck allegations is that I wasn't I didn't get LexCorp nepo baby. If that happened, it's over. There's no defenses anymore. That's the one thing I have. I'm like, at least I wasn't a LexCorp nepo baby, bro. Yeah, also, usually it's Android because Android is easier to hack because iOS is like you have to do things my way. But from what I've been hearing, it like actually will literally just deliver gems into the inbox of your account, so it's that cooked. Favorite DC show? I haven't seen all of them, and Supergirl is kind of weird because it's objectively not a good show. It's a CW show. I enjoy it. Like, I know it's bad. It's like fast food. It's CW slop. You know what you're getting into. But if you can turn off your brain, maybe just enjoy a little bit, have a little fun with it. If we're not about objectively good shows, I mean, I haven't seen all of them. I did watch My Adventures with Superman. Supergirl's the best character in that show, by the way. That poor girl. Can't stop torturing the girl. But yeah, I really enjoyed My Adventures with Superman. I watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and I mean those are classics. I don't know. Well, the problem, I don't know. I haven't seen Smallville. I think it's like 10 seasons or something stupid. But I know it's like a DC like prequel show. So like the characters don't start acting like the characters until the end. Like Tom Welling is Clark Kent. He fights, I think, Superman's Rogues Gallery, but he's not Superman until the end of the show. I just don't really like prequel shows. Because I want to see the character, right? Don't we all want to see the character? Yay, chaos. Yeah, so what was I talking about? No. I worry about the game. It's an absolute miracle the game has lasted this long, but if the game starts bleeding revenue, that is going to be the death sentence. And all you can really say is, don't buy things from black markets. But you know that's not going to do anything. People are going to buy it anyway. And because they're not getting banned, guess what? Even more of an incentive. So yeah, it's a tough hill to climb there. It's like fighting a losing battle already. What am I going to do? Stand up and start a crusade against people who like are on the black market, tell people not to buy things from a black market? What can you really do in that case? Damn, the fallout is real. 11 people watching. Is it a lag thing, or am I just irrelevant? Yeah, but I don't know. I think that we will still get a couple more updates. This nice 9th anniversary, I do think we will probably see a 10th anniversary. I don't know how much longer we have left in the tank after that. And that's just the harsh reality. I think that, unfortunately, if we're being realist, we're probably closer to the end of the game than we are to its, beginning. Basically, I don't think this game's got 9 more years in it, I'm gonna be honest. I think the game is very much on borrowed time. People are buying accounts from websites or just buying gems. They're buying gems and it's legitimately just being sent into the inbox of their accounts. And NetherRealm aren't doing anything about it. Because they don't really ever do anything with hackers. Like, we, in the community discords, very against cheating. Saw someone with 15 million gems, went, so how'd you get that? And he was like, come on over to our server. We are very anti-NetherRealm. And I went, gem fraud. And we can ban them in those servers, trying to make it not spread. But you make a YouTube video about it, well, how to get 12 million gems. And when you're advertising like $200 for 12 million gems when the in-game prices is like 200 for 20,000, it's over. It's cooked. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with Mortal Kombat and endorsed cheating with site shit. The same thing with Injustice 1 too. A lot of the content creators literally just promote black markets. Not something you're ever going to see me do. You mean no more update server or server shutdown? I am of the opinion that the lack of revenue and the rise of cheaters contributed to the downfall of this game that we're playing right now, Injustice 1. So I fear that the realistic answer is we will see what Injustice 1 saw with Injustice 2, because the game just isn't bringing in the revenue. Where it will be kept up as long as it can make a decent amount of money, but it's not going to, like, get updates, basically. It will be alive for as long as it can keep its own lights on, basically. But it won't get any new updates, we won't get new characters, we won't really get anything new. My YouTube only buffers during streams, during your streams, because on other stream and everything is... I don't know, man. It's weird. 480p. I don't think I'm doing anything crazy. No clue. Do we get Injustice 3? Really, I don't know. I wouldn't mind any, like, obviously I want a new DC game. I don't really want another Injustice game. And there's also, what's the story of Injustice 3 gonna be? Oh no, Darkseid's invading. We gotta break Superman out of the Phantom Zone. Because that's just a rehash of Injustice 2. Oh no, Brainiac's invading. We gotta break Superman out of prison. Now, I feel like logically your answer would be, you know, maybe do the Superman ending, and then, in that case, Supergirl's gonna be like one of the main characters, if not the main character, because she's kind of the main focus in Injustice 2-ish. Look, it's a 2-hour story, so yes and no, she's one of the major points, because the whole thing is, she was part of the marketing, and her whole storyline was seeing the monster that Superman's become. I don't know about confirmed, right? I don't really, it's like a leak thing, but I don't know if I could say confirmation. Meh. Still pissed they canceled that Wonder Woman game? Yeah. A Wonder Woman game is God of War and Superman plus Arkham Peak? Yeah. I don't know why they haven't done another free world like Rome, like DC game as a whole. We had DC Universe Online. I'm sorry, but like, I want to play as Wonder Woman. I want to explore Themyscira. You can make Themyscira look so cool, dude. But nah. Everything I love turns to dust. Everything I love hurts me. And it's, just being a DC fan, man. It's just Stockholm Syndrome. No matter how much it hurts me, I'm always going to love the universe and the medium and the characters. We need another Batman game. Okay, you just joined back in. I was just talking about how... I was literally saying I don't dislike Spider-Man or Batman as characters, but I hate how they've become... Like, I hate the franchising of things. I don't personally connect to Spider-Man as a character, but my resentment for him as a character is literally just... He's so popular that there's no reason not to make a billion movies of him, because we all know he's going to make money. And as an artist, you like the things that are niche. It's like being a fan of a musician, and they only ever play that one damn hit they have, because it's the one song everybody knows. But you like their other songs, because you think their other songs are more well-crafted and tell a better story. Yep, DC Universe Online came out in like 2014, and we still haven't gotten a remaster. I don't dislike the characters. I hate the franchising of things. Because when things get franchised, they make money. And when they make money, you milk them to death. See the MCU. But as someone who likes... I just like the world, I like the characters, I like these niche characters, I want to see them represented. And I want to see them have compelling stories. But you know it's just not going to happen. Because people are just going to go see the Poster Boy movies. You try to do a niche character, but it really doesn't work most of the time. So, you're just left there. Depressed. Because the things you love will never be loved by the mass audience. Sad, but true. 'Tis the artist curse. Yep. Alright. Yeah, Supergirl has no villains. The bigger problem with Supergirl is it's not okay. I don't actually think it's that she has more villains. It's that she's such an interesting character that they keep fucking fumbling. Yeah, like I've actually seen the villain argument so many times now, and my problem isn't. I don't actually think she needs. Look, more villains wouldn't hurt. It's why Batman and Spider-Man, are so popular. They have great rogues galleries. The weird thing about... Alright, so the issue is that, Supergirl's villains tend to just be Superman villains. But a lot of the time, Superman villains just tend to be Justice League villains. I actually, I don't know how controversial of an opinion this is, but I think Zod is a better Supergirl villain than a Superman villain. Not gonna happen, shouldn't happen, because Zod has been tied with Superman for, centuries? Not a century, but, decades now. But if you break it down from a narrative standpoint, Superman versus Zod is an ideological, it's an ideological conflict, yes. Because it is, what if God was benevolent and chose to help us, versus what if he chose who lives and who dies and who is worthy. You take Zod and you make him interact with Supergirl. Now that's a personal conflict because you have this militaristic dictator general from a world that he failed to save, and this basically refugee teenage girl. That's a lot more personal of a conflict, right? Zod's whole "my people" thing. That's a little bit more, understand where the other's coming from. Zod just is an extremist in his methods. But my point is that I think that you don't really need new villains. You need the villains to tackle different aspects of the characters. Yeah, it'd make more sense if Did was a villain, Supergirl, because they actually knew each other and knew the Zod. Yeah. Did I even press the special button right? I don't even know if I did the damage. But yeah, my argument is that you don't necessarily need new villains. You just need the villains to challenge the characters in different ways. And, look, Superman and Supergirl are cousins, and considering the fact that they are always going to be cousins, basically, except for that one time they got married in that weird storyline. But because they are implicitly tied to each other, and they're never not going to be tied to each other, differentiating Supergirl from Superman is going to be a very difficult task. So, rather than really giving her, a bunch of new villains who have the same core powers, and they will, because most superhero villains are, someone who does this, someone who does that, someone who has their powers but is evil, I think you just have to make the villains challenge the characters differently. Because Superman and Kara, Clark and Kara, going to have different perspectives on things. And they're going to win, because it's a superhero story. They always win. The good guys win most of the time. Someone dies, but most of the time, that's the ending. It's never really, so, is X character stronger than Y character? It's always about the, to me, internal conflict. And if you can make that internal conflict interesting and compelling, I think you can make her a really, really good character. What? Yeah, that happened. Ellie will happen. James King has, niche characters. James Gunn is very good at, making niche characters, a real thing. And I think Supergirl's going to be a weird case, because again, always going to be associated to Superman's cousin. Because she is. But she is her own character. And she, reads and interacts and sees the world in a different way. The real issue is that the show, the old, Melissa didn't play Supergirl, she played Superman in a skirt thing. The issue is not that she was smiling. The issue is that she fought Lex Luthor for 3 seasons. The issue is they gave her, they Control-C, Control-V the Superman mythos into the Supergirl story. That's the real issue right there. That's not Melissa's fault, that's just the writer's fault. One good villain in the show, and that was Rain. And that's because Rain's a Supergirl villain. Actually, by default, one. Do you have Arkham Knight Batman? Yeah, I don't have Dawn of Justice Batman. But I did buy the pack for Arkham Knight Batman, just because he's a lot of fun. So, I wanted to get him. Why do you think Spider-Man sells? He connects as an audience with issues. Much of, yeah. Yeah, she's a very interesting character from her backstory. It's just that her backstory is never really explored because who's she gonna date this week? She's a very, very interesting character. She's really, really poorly handled over the years. They just don't really let her. I think Woman of Tomorrow is the best issue, right? Of the best like example of Supergirl, like a really good telling of her character. Because it takes her over-the-top backstory, but makes her core issues of, like, feeling like she's got to live up to something that she can't, being depressed, which is why she drinks. People think, oh, she's an alcoholic. What a bad role model. No, it's a bad coping mechanism. Admittedly so. It's, like, self-destruction. Intentionally. What do people not understand? Yeah, nobody knew who Peacemaker was. Even Iron Man, I think, was like a C-tier character before the MCU introduced him. Because movies shape general audience's perception. He was in Suicide Squad, then people liked him. Yeah. But, again, film and television has a tendency to shape people's perception of things. Because most people don't read. They don't read comics. They don't read at all. Yo, ChatGPT, can you read this for me? People don't read. Iron Man was a very popular character before. Yeah. I don't know. I heard he was a C-tier character before the MCU. I think he might have been popular, but he wasn't like mainstream, right? He wasn't like Spider-Man level. Could be wrong with that. So nasally. Stupid jaw surgery. He was in the Avengers. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like other characters were more popular than him. I think Wolverine was more popular than various other characters. Yeah. True, they're awful people, but that was only Cal's parents. We don't know how the rest acted. For all we know, Zod could be a good guy in this universe. Yeah. Also, another thing is, right, Conqueror, Colonist, Krypton isn't really a new idea. It's been done before, right? So, there are interpretations where the Kryptonians are good people who are victims of their own hubris, and then there are cases where they are actual, like, conquerors and dictators and colonizers. So, we will see. And again, we got one snippet of Superman's parents. For all we know, they could not be conquerors and just want him to, you know, keep the species alive. We don't know how they acted when they were alive. Maybe they were nicer when they were alive. And that whole, like, conquering Earth and taking wives was a desperation move. Who knows? You think you know who someone is until you see fear, right? You know, in your final moments, they tell you who they are, right? That whole Joker speech from Dark Knight, right? Who knows? We've gotten so little of it that you can't really make a fair judgment call on it. Spider-Man and X-Men were very popular before the movies. Yeah, it's because they were popular. They got movies. But my point is, right? A lot of people's public perception of characters is based on film and television, more so than literature, right? They watch something, that's what they assume it to be, right? They don't really read. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm so nasally. A lot of Marvel fans I've come across aren't hardcore Marvel ball knowledge. See? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You ask most kids, DC or Marvel. Majority of people will say Marvel, not because they think Marvel is better than DC, but because they think the MCU is better than the Snyderverse. Because again, mainstream blockbuster movies are what the general audience perceives as the reality. They don't really know much about, like, the comic lore and the history and, like, various different interpretations of characters. Again, mainstream perception is shaped by movies. So, bro's gonna abuse... Nah, I'm abusing the Tontu totem, bro. I'm just abusing this bull. Infinite specials! Yo, they have a reverse Flash model here, bro. Can we not Control-C, Control-V? Maybe the message got corrupted during transmission by Brainiac? Yeah. Like, even James Gunn, though, was saying, like, it was the actual message. But we don't know what caused the message. We don't know if it was desperation. We don't know if Krypton was actually evil. Look, this medium has been around for, like, 100 years. Superman is such a, like, he has so much history behind him. And he's had so many different interpretations. And he's had so many different, like, histories and continuities and origins. We don't know what's going on. And until we actually know what they're going for, who knows what this could really be. Clark parents, they might be, and they have been in other comics. There have been comics where they have been very good people. There have been comics where they are very bad people. There have been comics where Supergirl and Superman's parents don't get along. Again, there's that comic where they got married because... Okay, and that one was just weird. It's so weird. You know... Alright, I was on the Supergirl Reddit yesterday. And they were just like, post really, really weird Supergirl panels out of context. And one of them is Supergirl kidnaps Lois Lane and tries to put her in a prison so that she can have Superman because she didn't know they were cousins at that time. And their first meeting was finding out they were cousins. And then there was this whole thing about how marriage on Krypton between cousins was forbidden. Somebody tells Supes that it is forbidden between everyone. I don't... Look, again, my point is, comics are weird. Comics have so many different origins, and so much whack stuff happens in them. So who actually knows what's going on in this specific universe? Not gonna lie, if they were last, I mean maybe. Okay, dog. Yeah, bro, I don't know, man. Again, the comics, the Golden Age comics were weird. And they are both, Supergirl's been around since like the 1960s. Superman since what, the 1940s? 30s even? A lot of stuff's happened. Like, it's an entire race. I mean, Superman isn't really the last Kryptonian, though. There's like all the evil ones in the Phantom Zone, and then there's those ones that, you know, also survive. Well, it makes no sense, bro, okay? Now, let's be honest with ourselves. No way. A lot of weird stuff has happened, alright? Comics are a very weird medium. Alright, we're almost done the challenge. I'm just gonna do the energy things. If I was playing on my own, I would watch ads, but I don't wanna bombard the stream with more ads than already. YouTube does that. You wanna know the funny thing? YouTube's getting more aggressive with ads. I don't even make more money. You guys get like twice the amount of ads. I don't even get more ad revenue. It all goes to YouTube. Greedy bastards. And other main Justice League members as well. His last son of Krypton, isn't he was born? He was last to be born before he got sent off. Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, like, I always took it to be like he was the last one. You know, Supergirl died in Crisis on Infinite Earth because they were like, You know, the Superman's whole thing about being the last Kryptonian doesn't really work if he's got a cousin. So let's kill her off. So then they killed her off. But they didn't want to lose the Supergirl IP. So they changed her backstory. You want to know what her backstory was, Frog? She was a biblical angel, sent actually down from heaven. Yes, that happened. I think they changed her name from Linda. From Kara to Linda at that point. Again, comics are whack. That's why I watch the ads, to make sure the content creator doesn't get screwed. It's YouTube, man. Frank's not the right idea, though. Yeah, but again, comics are whack, and got redacted. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube will do various things. I don't know why it might redact things. I have no clue. I don't think we have any banned words. And Luca's mod, so Luca will ban things if he finds them to be offensive. Any redacted internet, yeah. I mean, I have multi-chat on my OBS, so I can see messages even after they're deleted. Don't think any of yours are deleted. Only problem is, you should emphasize more of the other characters with a good way, but we haven't any news regarding the Trinity. The Trinity is a weird thing. Man, it's my whole thing about franchising. It's just like, yeah, he's Batman, so of course you have to have Batman, but also he's Batman, so all we get is Batman. So I'm okay with not seeing Batman for a while, but he's a pillar of the universe, so you kind of need a Batman. I do understand where James Gunn is coming from, though, with Batman. Like Wonder Woman, we will probably see a Wonder Woman film soon enough. We probably won't see a Batman film for a little bit, because there is the Robert Pattinson's movie, and that's probably in a different universe. And also, Gods and Monsters, metahumans exist for 300 years. Superman is literally become Death Destroyer of Worlds. We got an angry Kryptonian off drinking because she's depressed, and she will whoop your ass if she feels like it. She might whoop your ass even if she doesn't feel like it. Wonder Woman is a lot easier to fit into that world. Batman's a little bit more difficult. Okay, can Aquaman stop being cringe? These two messages I sent together. I don't know about that. And other popular Justice League members. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube has a tendency to just randomly do that. Lantern show when? Isn't it this August? Let me ask you the real question. Jessica Cruz when? We need a Jessica Cruz, bro. Yeah, Trinity first. I don't know. Again, I actually don't, like, I know a lot of people were upset about, oh, why are we getting a Supergirl movie before the Batman movie? If I'm not mistaken, Supergirl was never supposed to be the second movie in the universe. But because the story was so good and the script was so good, James Gunn moved it upwards. He moved it so it was the second movie. Which I actually like, because to me, that prioritizes storytelling over popular character. I don't like just throwing popular characters first. You got the main players in because DCU is a franchise. Yep, and that's my issue, right? It's the franchising of everything. As much as I want like the niche characters to actually get a chance to shine, at the end of the day, it's franchise. It's money, so you need the big names in. I don't have an issue with him taking his time to introduce Batman because I think it's better to do it right than to rush it. But a lot of people will just go, oh, why are we getting these niche characters? Get the real players in. I don't know. Again, it's the curse. It's the artist's curse. I keep coming back to it. You love things that are niche, and you want to see them represented, but the general audience doesn't care about niche characters. Just give them what they want, right? Give them the big character. Give them the big name characters, and because the big name characters make money, all you're getting is the big name characters. So iffy, man. It's a slippery slope. Why does bro have 10 billion points? Million. With the Brave and the Bold, because the right for that film was Birds of Prey and The Flash. Well, The Flash I will actually give a pass on because of how troubled that production history was. I think Birds of Prey, I've heard it's alright, but it's not great. I think we'll go with Heart of Darkness for power generation. I don't know. We shall see. Oh, did I put the wrong artifact on her? Yeah. Okay. All right, chat. This is one of my favorite teams, man. This is Justice League spam. I'll do some arena or multiplayer, and we'll probably call it. It's been like 3 hours. I don't know. It's hard. Like, as a fan, you obviously want to love the things that don't get as much love, but as someone who understands, business, I get it, right? You have to get the big characters in, because that's what people are familiar with. But it really sucks, man. It just sucks. Alright, so, a little bit of being a Debbie Downer, but it's just the reality. So, what else is there to chat about? Injustice 2 Mobile. What people are actually tend to be here for. No, I'm not kidding. Like, I don't actually know where we're going from here, right? Because obviously, the game's in a weird state. It's genuinely easier than it's ever been. There are more options for you than there's ever been. The premium cycle, right? Easier than it's ever been, I think. And free-to-play artifacts just aren't even that good anymore. I'm gonna be honest. You can do more with a couple vault keys. But there's so many artifacts now, and there's so many characters now that 8 pips isn't gonna cut it. And Solar Raids is the only playable game mode, basically. What artifacts do you think they could be reworked viable and how? I want... What's I gonna say? I think they should rework the Spear of Destiny and make it good. Make it stronger than Beta Club so I can continue shitting on Beta Club. I don't know. Because, like, the problem, TiVo, is even if we get stronger artifacts, right, and more reworks, what is the point of more reworks if there's no new game mode for us to actually play and test them out with? There has been more than enough options for solo raids for a while now. I did 10 one-shots with no repeat artifacts and, like, no passive stats. Once you can do that, what is there even to work for? So, we can get as many artifact reworks as we want, but as long as there's nothing to do with them, I don't know. It's gonna be cool to play with, but after a while, you're not gonna care. That's the dilemma we find ourselves in. The only logical solution is a new game mode. But look, everything that I know from around the grapevine, we're not seeing a new game mode for a little bit, and that little bit might be a few years. DC Legends mobile game is my favorite. Yeah, then they cut the wigs on that. Valid. Edgy, the new Supergirl passive mechanics. They've been out for a bit, but I still don't get her. I did a video. On her, and until I actually see her in game, I will refrain from making another video. Now, shall we say, some people weren't very happy with the leaks. I don't think it was directed at me, because I'm not the one leaking. But there was a little bit of a discourse about that. You think we need the new game mode before more reworks, so they make reworks around the game mode? I think so. I feel like we probably do need a new game. Look. Right now, I'm playing Injustice 1. So a very, very obvious answer for a new game mode is a survivor mode. And it would be cool to see a game mode that, like, it would be cool to have artifacts that focus on that game mode. But until that game mode exists, there's nothing that really helps you. What's the point of reworking an artifact for a survivor mode or a survivor mode style game if it doesn't work? What are you gonna do? Play Champions Arena? Nobody plays Champions Arena. Let's see. Like how Suicide Squad to the Justice League got influenced by some woke ideas. With the Bat Fam, I don't want a woke agenda influence the script. I hope she proves me wrong and gives me. Her history and writers is all that film. I don't know. Also, I just don't like the whole, like, woke is whatever. I don't really care. A good story is a good story. That's all I care about. Give me a good story, and I'll be happy. I'm nasally, bro. I'm so nasally. Alright. Think we need a new game mode? I don't know. I feel like we definitely need a game mode. A new game mode at this point. Or Arena's got to be reworked, or Champions Arena has to, like... The game is limited in terms of what it can do. And I am famously an Invasions mode hater. I despise that game mode with every fiber of my being. But, like, if it didn't exist, there would literally be nothing else to do. So I understand why it exists, as much as I hate it. Now, Man of Steel Superman doesn't resemble Cavill at all, but Dawn of Justice is more resemblance. I think they cared back in the day, man. I think they cared. And that's the sad reality of things. Oh, wait, no. I run Heart of Darkness. What? Oh. Oh, crap. I'll put Astro Harness on him, actually. Actually, no, this is the right thing. I think that's what I do normally. Right? Yeah. Okay. No, I usually put Art of Darkness. Alright. So what was Unc yapping about? I don't remember. Yeah. Maybe give one key? Maybe. Probably. I actually don't think the keys are as much of an issue anymore. I'm going to be honest. It's like, if you start a new account, right? and you have the like achievement keys. That's like what, 14 keys, and you have a key from beating every what's it called? From beating every normal mode. That's like 2 keys, right? We're doing completely free to play. You don't even buy premium. You'll be able to get the 4 artifacts that I did in my free to play teams video, and you'll be able to more than easily get yourself set up. I actually do think that you might be right about the Champions Arena thing. Again, the issue is if you make keys too easy to get, then people don't spend as much money, and if you don't spend money, you don't get revenue. It's just how the game is. But did I just hit the guy through the shield? Make the game too difficult, then people don't really want to play. So everything's a fine balance. Everything is balance. Get cooked. Of course, he's got the priority over me. Alright, yeah, I don't know. It's iffy. I actually don't. Okay, I was against the key idea at first. If it was once a week, because it might make keys too easy. But the more I think about it, no, I think you're right. It's gonna be fine regardless. The top 3 divisions are something you're not really going to get into until like the late game for the most part. And at that point, you really are just getting keys to collect artifacts. Play around with different things, have some fun. So I don't actually think it's that much of an issue. And they did say the vault system, from what my understanding, was going to be implemented into various other game modes. And I don't mean that, I don't know if that just means that they're going to have keys in different game modes, or if there's going to be like an arena vault, and you have to use arena medals to progress through the arena vault to get the arena exclusive character. I have no clue. And for gems, it's underwhelming because Tap Joy and Joyce exist. Globally, people use it, if not everyone. Yeah, basically. It's also why the black markets are dangerous. Because, from my understanding, the stuff's universal there. If you can pay, then you can get stuff. And that's dangerous. Because you could realistically pay like a couple $100 for a decked out account. Or the gems to get a decked out account. So, that's dangerous. Because it is very tempting. And with how bad the in-game prices are, it's worrying. Because if people start buying stuff only on black markets and not on the actual game, then count the days numbered. I don't know why I'm so nasally. I also do need to use the bathroom. So. Now, I don't like being all gloom and doom, but the reality is we are probably seeing some dark days ahead. Just looking at the evidence in front of us. It was a good run, boys. And looked like we had a moment of victory at the end there. But I don't know. As much as I want to be hopeful, all signs kind of point to this might be disastrous. I am depresso. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Are there any other interesting teams for me to use? There's nothing interesting. I might just do this fight and then call it a stream. Because it's almost 4. I should go eat something. Yeah, so I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, darn. The game was in a good state, right? I thought it was in a good state for a pretty long while. Because I was like, oh, new updates and whatnot. And it seems like they haven't given up on the game. If this trend of the black market continues, then we might not be in that great of a state anymore. Because again, the game was one update away from basically just getting cut off. If the solo rate premium thing didn't work out, probably wouldn't be getting a game, right? Or probably wouldn't be seeing any new updates. We were that close. And just when it looked like it was over, There was enough interest in the game. Solo Raid Premium actually revitalized it. New stuff, new content. But that new content isn't going to matter if people are just going to be paying things, paying for things on the black market. So I'm just really worried now. No revenue, no game. And if that trend continues and NetherRealm doesn't start doing something about that, it's going to be rough. When was Solo Raid Premium added? I wasn't playing at the time. That was the December debacle. Alright. But yeah, pretty good stream. Got Lasso to level 10, played with some fun stuff. Did a tier list. That tier list will probably be tonight's video. And we even got to play some challenge mode on stream. And I got to chat about various things. Those chatting sessions always kind of have a lower audience, like viewership, but they're usually fun, so I don't mind. Yeah, they're priced out by the game. They're priced out by the game, and because of the pricing that NetherRealm has done, the consequence is that the black market exists, and people are just going to buy things on the black market. And the black market's got to make much more revenue, and probably more revenue than the game, and in that case, the game doesn't make money, the game gets shut down. No, Tapjoy is not the black market. I am talking about a different black market, and I'm not going to direct people there or say the name of the black market. But the reality is, if you buy things from third-party, people, from sellers, then the game's not making money, and if the game doesn't make money, there's no reason to keep it afloat. Why are you dropping a bomb at the last minute? I thought you knew. So, there's in-game prices, and then there's Tapjoy. Tapjoy is a pretty big part of mobile games, and Tapjoy has something known as commissions, where, let's say, alright, so pretty common, offers, donations. Donate $20 to this charity. You donate the money to the charity, and because you donated it from the game, the charity or Tapjoy itself gives you a commission, the game a commission, because its marketing contributed to, that donation. The game makes a decent amount of commissions off of Tapjoy. That's part of the game. But there are black markets in the way of third-party sellers, and those third-party sellers are basically hacking the game. That rises, more people go to that, more people buy from that service, and then everything in the game is inflated because you have, honest players competing with people who have millions of gems and millions of artifacts, and then you have the game not making money, and the game doesn't make money, of course, it gets cut. Yeah, it works, and it drops the gems into your inbox. That's the concern right there. Yes, Injustice 2 has a black market now. For a while, there was a black market, but I don't think it was a big issue. Now I think it's, starting to pick up traction. My worry is, yes, Injustice 1 has a black market. And then you're going to see content creators promoting those black markets and trying to direct people to those kind of stores, and as far as I'm aware, it's one person right now. More black markets open up, more people hack the game, and there's this kind of black market thing, everyone's trying to sell. It gains more traction, people buy from that, gonna kill the game. And that's why I'm so worried. Because if that continues, I realistically see the same fate Injustice 1 faces. I think black markets really contribute to the death of Injustice 1, because people just buy from third-party stores and they hack the game, and so the game stops making enough money to actually be worth updating. And I fear that we might see a repeat of history. I do see, yeah, those links have been around for a while. This is actually people who are literally paying you so that they can deliver hacks into your inbox, essentially. I'm assuming some stuff has happened recently in terms of anti-cheat that allows you to bypass those restrictions. And unless NetherRealm bans cheaters... I didn't blow my nose again. And unless NetherRealm bans those cheaters and
makes them an example, we're probably just going to see more of the black market. You can buy keys outright, too. Yeah, some tap drill games won't let you spend until you play their game. Yeah, basically, but NJ2 is more strict. For all we know, he might start opening an Injustice 2 mobile store soon. And then it's even more cooked. That's why I'm worried. Because if the black market continues, I feel like we're going to see a repeat of Injustice 1. So that's my concern. That's why I'm worried. Because at first I was just like, oh, updates, and the game's actually got life in it again. But if this happens, it doesn't matter. Because the game was, again, one update from shutting down. If Solo Raid Premium flopped, they would have left the game. And I know MK has a black market, but we all know MK is more popular. I think MK can handle a black market. This game, I don't think so. I don't think Injustice 2 is going to survive a black market. You mean got a black? There's always been a black market, but I don't think it's been as mainstream or as well known as it is now. Back in the day, the black market was like, oh, I'll do your solo raids for you. Now it's like, 12 million gems into your inbox. That's going to upend the economy. I don't know what caused it. I knew that there were people selling third-party stuff, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And I only recently learned that it's getting really bad. It's getting a lot more notoriety, and even people in the main Injustice servers are actually starting to buy these third-party goods. It's why I want to make a video on it, but the more you tell people, don't hack the game, guess what they're going to do? They're going to hack the game, and they're going to buy third-party goods because they want the stuff. And then they're going to play with the stuff, and then they're going to question why the game doesn't have updates anymore because the game doesn't make revenue. It hasn't happened in a single day. I think it's been happening. There's been one, but the boom is within the last couple of weeks. I don't know what caused it. It might be the 9th anniversary. It might be the fact that the game got a new solo raid and a new update. So people are like, ooh, I gotta hack the game and get all the good stuff. And then, I'll be ready for all the other good stuff. How do they time the gems? How do we get gems? I don't know. How? Not sure. I don't hack the game, so I wouldn't know. But it's like they pay someone, and that someone gives them they pay $200, and that someone gives them 12,000 gems. Recently, in the Discord, there's some discussion. Someone went from a new account with 10 characters unlocked to 190 million threat in 3 months. You multiply that by a couple different people, guess what? Inflation. Every legit player is just going to quit or join the hackers because you can't compete with that. And if NetherRealm isn't banning them, they're going to keep doing it. So you're going to have millions of people running out with decked out accounts, and you're going to have real players trying to fight hackers, and you just can't compete with the hackers. And then the game is not going to make money, and that's it. Game gets pulled. Yeah, account selling was a thing. But this is actually 12 million gems right into your inbox. You understand, you understand how that's going to screw up the economy, right? So yeah, that's why I'm worried. So anyway, I thought the number limit was 1 million. Apparently so. I'm lowballing it. You can pay $500 and get 60 million. What are you even going to do with 60 million gems? We're not competing with that. That's why I'm worried. But yeah, fun stream, everybody. I do enjoy streaming. It's just a lot of the times there's nothing to stream, so it's kind of hard to actually do it. But yeah, I really do enjoy it, and I enjoy everybody tuning in. I might do Arkham tonight. Maybe. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little tired with life as of late, just trying to figure out what to do next. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I'll probably upload the tier list for anyone wondering who joined late or didn't get to see all of it. And I'll just upload that as a video for the YouTube audience to see. I do appreciate everybody who tuned in and helped me join that. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to distinguish. Yeah, basically, one thing you can really do to say, is this account legit or is this account hacked, is look, I make YouTube videos. You can check my account progress. You can see I'm legit. I haven't hacked anything. I've done Tapjoy offers, spent real money. Haven't hacked anything. You can see that. Everyone else, you kind of just have to like figure out, is this person in the community? If someone you've never heard of is in the community, guess what? 100 million threat account, never heard of them. Played 2 weeks ago, you know something's up. Hang in there, bro. Yeah, you had to do this video. But I'm iffy on it because I don't want to draw attention to it, so I'm talking to people in the community because I don't know. Like, it sounds dangerous. And Injustice 1's got a black market for a while, but the game's just been abandoned and kind of like, as long as it can keep its own lights on, is what it is. Other games have black markets, other big games, but like, come on, those games are popular enough to the point where I think they'll survive. This game is so niche. Black market might upend the thing, and if we see a rise, and if we see more people promoting things on YouTube, we're gonna see a repeat of Injustice 1, I feel. So yeah, a little bit concerning, but I mean, maybe I'm a fool for maybe hoping to stay hopeful. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I don't know why I'm so nasally today. Maybe like we might be riding that tide, or maybe DC just went, Warner Bros. Went, let's try to get the new DC games, like, more popular. Who knows? Why doesn't NRS ban them? Who knows? Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe there's not enough investment. Who actually knows? I woke up to a lost account on iOS. Gives me a tutorial screen now for some reason. Let's see what happens. Are you signed in to the account? But yeah, I don't know. I'm only talking about, like, that kind of stuff on, like, stream, because stream's a smaller audience. Until I actually can make a more detailed video about it, or we'll see what happens with it. Should I invest in EPI Raiden or Batman Ninja Batman? EPI, probably. Alright, take care of your health. If possible, do a stream on the black market. We'll see. I'll see you next stream. Yeah. Well, that will probably be... that'll be Wednesday, probably. Wednesday is multiplayer day, so I'll do some farming for our boy Grant Custon on stream, and it's also the day I get to Classic Flash, so we'll probably be streaming on that day. But yeah, the problem is it's impossible to know if the high threat players are doing. Yeah, it's impossible to know about anything. It's impossible to know who to trust. It's impossible to. It's really, really difficult, right? Because it's like, who do you ban? How do you know they've been up to something? How do you figure that stuff out? All that I can say is that I've been playing a long time. I got a 150 mil threat roster. Yeah, I've seen you around in the comment section. I am familiar with that. But I mean, like, is it your main? Or is it, like, a second account? Are you signed in? I don't know. I've heard about losing accounts here and there, but the closest I've come to losing my Injustice 2 account is, like, it logs me out whenever the internet's bad, so I just have to sign back in. I don't know. But yeah, all that I can say is that I'm not saying this to be an egomaniac. Y'all can trust me, because you have video evidence. You have video evidence of everything I've done. You can see how old the account is. They can see some info about it, yeah. They can see some info about it, and they can probably also say, look, 60 million gems is so unrealistic that no one with a Tapjoy account. If I farmed every Tapjoy account in my offer wall and had infinite money and infinite time, I wouldn't get 60 million. I still wouldn't. It's not possible. Get in touch for the support. We'll reach out on Discord in a few days if something happens. Interesting. Oh, I hope you get that sorted out. But, yeah. Do enjoy streaming, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll see what the future of the game holds. I will probably upload that tier list for the artifacts tonight. Again, it's a solo raid tier list, and when you play Invasions, it will be different. It will be different. I'm probably not doing an Invasions tier list. I don't know enough about the game mode to really do it, and I'm not really a fan of the game mode. Again, good it exists. Heaven knows that game needs more game modes. But we'll see. All in due... Yeah, someone gets 2 billion gems. All in due time, ladies and gentlemen. All in due time. But yeah, I will probably go eat something now because I'm hungry. But I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. I might stream the Arkham series tomorrow because I'm not doing a morning stream, so I might do an evening stream tomorrow. Yeah. The worst case scenario is this game sees what Injustice 1 sees, where it's just kind of left on its own to cruise off for as long as it can, and then we'll get the WWE Immortals treatment. But I'll see you guys. Did not get Lasso, but Sword of Superman's bugged. I'll see y'all. Take care.